G'day, boys! What's up, Whalix? What's up, everybody? How the hell are we, lads? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me turn that down a little bit. What is good? Who got in first? Let's have a look. Let's check it all out. Ooh, we need to make that a little bit bigger. Make chat a little bit thicker, girthier, bigger, heavier. What's up, Eric? Eric was first. I love it. What's up, Wick MMA? How are you, dude? What's up, Casual? Good to see you. W earlier stream so I can train in the morning. That's it, Eric. Get jacked, the sun. Get jacked. What's up, Weston? Good to see you, dude. I hope you're well. What's up, mate? Christian Gray, how are you? How are you, brother? Good to see everybody here. How are you, Christian Gray? Good to see you, sir. Let's move this across here a little bit. What's up, Whalix? Welcome to the chat. You're new around here, Whalix. Enjoy the stream, mate. What's up, Jazago? How are you? Wick MMA says, I eat ass on you, mate. Sick intro. We do good intros on the channel now, don't we, Weston? We've come a long way. What's up, Chris? Your first video is dropping. Is that what's up, mate? Let me know. Is your first video dropping? Wonderboy is taking Bonfim out. I certainly hope so, Miguel. I do. Good morning, Whalix. How are you? Where are you watching from, Whalix? Where are you watching from? Buckley will knock Usman out. I reckon he will. Eric's posted some hilarious bloody training footage, mate. Get the dad calves thick. You've got to have thick dad calves. Thick calves get the Slavic women. Thick calves get Slavic women. Get thick calves, get the Slavs. Marab is getting put to sleep. Yes, Miguel. Marab's going to sleep. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said what, Eric? I've only got 10 minutes before I leave for work. Well, Casual, just pop me in your ear. Go to work. Listen to Dougie's Corner while you're working away. Just kick back and enjoy it, brother. Kick back and enjoy it. My camera holder for the food channel came in today. Nice one, Chris. Start making the content, dude. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Chill music. I know it is time for the chill music, isn't it? Enough. Silence. And we chill. What a transition. How are you, Nacho? What's good, dude? What's good, dude? What's good? Pena! Pengo! Pengo. So, did you enjoy the Pena video today, Nacho? The World War I survivors. That was a nasty line by me. Gonna make some spicy fish and chips on Wednesday and post a video on Thursday. Love it, Christian Gray. Let us know. We'll shout it out on the channel, my friend. Bay Area in this hoe. That's right, mate. What's up, K. Marab by graping again. All right, K. This is the Sean O'Malley fan base area. I went to Germany and saw nothing but solid nines. Wick gets it. Wick knows what goes on in Europe. Pengo. Did you not watch today's video, Weston? It was truly retarded. Who works at 11 o'clock in the morning? Bloody crazy. You know, America, Eric, the rest of the world has different time zones to America, right? So UFC isn't going to Netflix. It doesn't look like the UFC is going to Netflix. I'll bring up the news in a moment, Miguel. But no, from a inside sports analyst scoop guy, seems like Netflix have told the UFC to go suck a fat one. And Amazon Prime have said, we're not paying you $1 billion a year. Amazon Prime also think the UFC's price tag is ridiculous. You bagged one too? On you, Wick. Get in there, mate. Get deep inside of Germany, mate. Bloody good for you, Wick. RIP to those we lost at the Somme. They were the lucky ones. Lucky they weren't caught. Lucky they weren't caught in Juliana Pena's cage grappling. Did you lay any plaster today? I did lay plaster today. I do it every day, mate. I legit just watched it again when I finished work. Oh, awesome, dude. Awesome. I'm happy you got to watch it. You enjoyed it so much you watched it twice. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. You're from India? Well, good morning to India, Walex. Good morning to India, mate. Have you seen Brock Lesnar training with Pereira? Pena is fucked. Have I seen Brock Lesnar training with Alex Pereira? Pena is fucked. Are these two separate questions, Rainey? No, I haven't seen Brock Lesnar training with Alex Pereira. And no, Pen Goat is going to dominate the day. This is Juliana Pena's #1 fan channel right here. I went to Europe and saw nothing but India. You didn't go to the right parts of Europe, Eric. You have to go real Europe. Eastern Europe. Based Europe. Did you like Guru's video on John Jones? You can't. I did like Guru's video on John Jones. I thought it was very, very funny. I thought it was very, very fucking funny. UFC on Discovery? Yeah, UFC's getting their fucking shit pushed in by the rest of the world. No one's interested in their shit product. Top 3 videos of... Oh, Nacho, good, man. I'm happy you enjoyed it, dude. What's up, Alex? How are you, bro? Dude, what's up, Shyla? How are you? The newest one... Yeah, I watched the newest one of John Jones might have attempted to sexually assault someone in front of Big Dan Mergliata. So... there we go. The rest of the world doesn't matter. The rest of the world absolutely does matter, Eric. Oi, oi, oi. Back working nights, so a cheeky little 1 a.m. stream is the perfect schedule. Well, good luck with the rest of the night shift, Alex. Thanks for jumping back in, bro. It's good to have you back on the channel, man. We missed you for a couple of months there, mate. We missed you for a couple of months there. It's defo pink. What's pink? What's pink? The insides of German... Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. They all are pink. That's the secret. That's the secret, mate. They're all pink on the inside. I'm destroying a banging Elvis sandwich right now. Beautiful, Christian Grey. No, your shitty video didn't show up on my feed today. Oh, well, yeah, it wasn't a very good video. It was pretty much I made an entire video just for Nacho. Honest John says I've been drinking a lot. Well, this is the right place for you to be, Honest John. Tom Aspinall will be fighting someone soon, and it's not John Jones. Maybe it's gone. I'm releasing a video on that tomorrow morning. I've got a theory on it, so check out tomorrow's video. Do not redeem! Ank is going to put Alex to sleep. Yes. Yes, he is. Drickus takes Chimaev the fuck out. Yes. Yes, he does, Miguel. Brock Lesnar is Harrison in a wig. Yes. Brock Lesnar is Kayla Harrison in a wig. This is also true. Yes, Brock, but you're right. Juliana Pena might be fucked if she's going in there against Kayla Brock Lesnar Harrison. Have you seen Mighty Mouse training with Elon Musk? I haven't. Cristiano Ronaldo is... No, these are all just... Okay, we're just saying things. Pena versus Brock Lesnar. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. A man in a wig. I've been drinking a lot. Shayplenka. What about her? Why are you saying her name, Walex? Do you recognize her? Do you recognize her from another chat? Has she been cheating on Dougie's Corner with another chat? As soon as I saw the intro to your video, I knew it would be about... It was a damn good intro, wasn't it? I got Ank being double champ by 2026. How? Wick, where's he gonna go? Kayla by TKO? Yeah, probably. Big John wasn't having it. UFC fell off when they let based Biggie Jonathan go to Bellator. Yeah, it does line up with that, doesn't it? When did Big John leave for Bellator permanently? Like 2017? It does line up with that. Just put $25 in O'Malley and Pena to win $478. Nacho. With just the biggest balls in the betting world. Nacho with the biggest balls in the betting world. What the fuck is John Jones doing? Having sex with Russian men in Thailand, Miguel. I think it's frightfully obvious what John Jones is doing. He's fucking Russian men in Thailand. That's what John Jones is doing. Tom Aspinall is 32 years old and he needs to fight now. I agree, mate. I agree. Kirst is still typing in rage. Oh my god, poor old Kirst. What a crash out yesterday. If you guys missed yesterday's epic 2.5 hour stream, epic crash out from Kirst. Epic crash out. Kayla is going to beat the shit out of Juliana Pena. What are you talking about, mate? How can you possibly say that Kayla Harrison is going to beat the shit out of Juliana Pena? Have you not seen the striking of Pena? Have you not seen the mastery that is Pena's strike? Look at this striking from Pena here. Look at her. Look how she just steps into range. Look at the striking of Juliana Pena. How she steps into range. Just running forward. Just fucking throwing the fists out from almost an entire person away. You just can't understand the level of striking. No, it's not awful, Miguel. It's next level. You don't get it. You don't understand the levels of striking that Juliana Pena comes at you with. Juliana Pena was a marauder. Joe Hogan redeemed Curse's gift card and it sent him over the edge. Do not redeem, sir. Do not redeem. What's up, Portuguese herders? Oh, good to see you, dude. I hope you're well. Well done, chat. I came into some real fucking slapstick nonsense. We're off at a running start, Tim. We're off at a running start. Big Ank versus Big Tom 2027. Tom Aspinall would murder Big Ank. Tom Aspinall would murder Ank alive. Not a bad bet. It's a horrible bet. Big John McCatheter. Okay, Eric. As Russians, we don't... Whoa, Wick. Calm the fuck down, mate. I was MIA for a couple of months, trained with Herbert Burns to learn the ancient arts of corpse guard. Only the best, mate. What's up, Bilal's good eye? Good to see you, dude. How are you, brother? John sniffing that dude's hair is gayer than fucking a dude in the arse. It is. It is gayer than fucking a dude in the arse. As per the comparison on striking, who is better? O'Malley or Max Holloway versus Ilya versus JDM? Striking, JDM. JDM is the best striker. JDM, then Ilya Topuria, then Max Holloway, then Sean O'Malley. They already moved fights from ESPN. Could be a negotiating tool, Spectronometus. How are you, dude? Good to see you. Could be a negotiating tool, because essentially what's happening is the UFC is running back to ESPN. The UFC thought they'd big dog the entire world and tell ESPN to sit down and shut up, and we're going to go to Netflix, and we're going to get $1 billion a year, and Netflix and Amazon... Everyone has told them to fuck off. No one's paying them for 300k pay-per-view buys when no one watches your shows. And now the UFC are coming groveling back with their hat in their hands to ESPN, and ESPN is deleting content, going, you want us to pay for this shit? And remember, UFC rug pulled to ESPN. The Apex didn't exist before the ESPN deal. Then they brought in the Apex. The UFC have pulled the greatest rug pull in history, and now they're paying for it. Ank beats Pereira, and then Yuri, and then moves up and destroys Tom Aspinall. No, Wick MMA. Absolutely not. That's insane. That's insanity, mate. Insanity. Where am I up to? That was awful striking. God-awful striking. God-awful striking. Juliana Pena was a marauder. It was one message, but knowing that he's Indian and immediately threatening to grape at the slightest criticism made it an instant... It did, mate. It did. Just the fact that after one bit of criticism, he instantly goes to, I'll rape you. Peak Indian crash out. Pena has the perfect build, though. Oh, the thickness. Honestly, Pena and Drickus learned striking from the same guy. Yes, and he was carrying a cattle prod. That's why they throw like that. Jazago. Don't worry, everyone. Bilal's good eye is here. We can start the stream now. He's the new DJ. That's mean. I didn't mean that, Bilal's good eye. He's as important to the stream as DJ Aiden was, is what I'm trying to say. What's up, Val? How are ya? Ank gets KO'd by Pereira in the rematch and then subbed by Jamal and sent to the BKFC as a sacrificed lamb and a peace offering to Big Ben Rothwell. Big Ank gets fed to Big Rothwell. Thoughts on Macy Barber's hospital pics? I think she took them to help sell the idea that there was a medical issue. I think she was saying there was a seizure. Like, she was pretending like she was having a seizure. You ever seen anyone have a seizure? It's not all fucking... spazzing out. It's a lot of just sitting down and having a headache and being confused. That's what having a real seizure is, not in the movies. So she was saying they had a seizure. They took her to hospital. She went and took a bunch of photos. Oh, it's real. I feel bad for me. Tom beats everyone in the UFC. Yes. All Aspinall does is throw big meaty hooks. He literally has a submission in heavyweight MMA. Very rare. What are you talking about, Wick? Tom beats everyone at KFC. Also true. JDM is the best. JDM is the best. It's in the fist. Classic women take motorful photos on herself to show how sickly they... That's what it feels like to me, Chris. Yeah. Jack can't be held down. He can't. He follows the ancient art of just get up, Sue. Christian Gray, please send me those photos. Dougie the Economist, I'm back at it again, mate. I'm back at it again. Jones versus Aspinall will happen. Aspinall is trolling. I don't know. Trolling. I don't know, Wick MMA. I'm going to release a video on it tomorrow. There were little breadcrumbs and hints that I'll point out in tomorrow's video. When I saw the tweet of JDM in the wheelchair, I instantly thought you would have... Dude, that was fucking hilarious, Alex. That was hilarious. What's up, Lane? Good to see you. That was fucking hilarious, man. Chris, I know every time I've been horribly sick, I've always taken a hospital. Yeah, every time I'm sick, I always make sure to get a selfie and post it on the internet straight away. It will take a smaller heavyweight or a light heavyweight to beat Tom. Anyone the same size is way too slow. Yeah, Tom will lose when he gets a little bit older and loses that split-second decision-making that he needs to make. Because he always gets touched on the chin in every single fight, but it's while he's moving his head backward. One day there's going to be an age where Tom Aspinall isn't moving his head back as quickly as he usually does, and he's in there against a younger, faster guy. And that guy will knock him out. But that guy does not exist just yet in the heavyweight division. Have you seen the video of Big John McCartney revealing that John Jones tried to rape a guy in front of the commission? Well, it wasn't quite that. He just sort of doggy styled him, it sounds like, but he was in full guard. I guess he was probably that dropping the pile driver. You know, the pile driver, Rainey? Like if she's in full guard and you've got both legs up and you're positioned over the top, dropping down full pile driver position, it seems like that's the position that must have been described in that situation. Yeah, it's quite telling. It's quite telling, isn't it? We're going to get the job done on Saturday, or is Marab keeping the throw? We are getting the job done, Val. We are getting the job done. Fake hospital. Everything's fake. Nacho, I would act surprised, but you're an Izzy fan, so it does make sense. Did you see? Where am I at? Did you see Bedtime's video on who would have the best chance of moving up weight classes? He said Ankalaev has the best chance in the UFC of beating Tom outside of John Jones. That's retarded. Bedtime, that's retarded. Mate, look at me. Listen, mate. I get it. We all need to say retarded things sometimes for clicks on videos, yeah? I just made an entire video about how Juliana Pena is the GOAT. But that is retarded. What's up, OTM? How are you, dude? Fucking YouTube censoring comments about Pena taking Kayla down to drown in waters and poor Kayla's family having to sit through such a traumatic event. Yeah, that's a bit much to type out in a YouTube comment, Nacho. Marab has the roids thrown. Sean is made of piss and paper. Marab is going to mog him again. Where's the fun in that, Tim? I've never gone to hospital. When I was sick, saw your behavior. Be a man. Don't go to hospital. Smoke a cigar, have a shot of whiskey, get over it, get back to work the next day. Chris, it was a joke. Hamzat versus Ikram Leskerov. Hamzat again, I reckon, Walix. Good morning, Dougie. So glad we agree there was no seizure. Yeah, you can tell there was no seizure. Grown man, by the way, can we not have some fun here, Eric? Come on, mate. Small John McCartney didn't understand the brilliance of Bones Jones' revolutionary jiu-jitsu. That's right, the pile driver. Fake hospital. Dominic Reyes would wash Tom Aspinall. No, OTM. No, absolutely not. No. Dougie wishes he was in that instructor. Shut up, dickhead. Fuck this, I'm getting up for a cigarette. I'll never sleep otherwise. Go have a smoke, Weston, and then we'll settle into the stream. At least Macy got a chance to reveal the new boobs. That was, in fact, the ultimate assignment. They were pronounced in the photo. Tom takes Ank down and subs him easier than he did Volko. Yeah. Honest to God. Just think about it. Just bedtime. Think about it for a fucking second, mate. Magomed Ankalaev, when he's soaking wet, probably weighs 215 pounds. Tom Aspinall blasts double leg, rips Magomed Ankalaev's arms off. Easy. How much do you think Johns' packet? I don't. I never think about that.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Air humping people is a crime in many places. It is. No fun allowed? Obviously no fun allowed. Are you going to attend RAC if Jack headline? Am I going to attend RAC if Jack... Am I going to go to the Perth pay-per-view card if Jack headline? No, it's on the other side of the country, unfortunately. We're not quite there yet on YouTube, but maybe one day. Maybe one day, mate. You will enjoy a WMMA main event. There will be no fun on this channel. All Aspinall does is pray he lands a big meaty hook. Wick, have you... I'm serious, mate. I'm not... Because you don't know, right? You never know when people started watching MMA. You don't know how much they watch. Have you watched Tom Aspinall fight? I'm genuinely curious. Have you ever watched Tom Aspinall fight? It's alright if you're new to the sport. That's all good. Like, we welcome all comers. That's all good. If you're new here, welcome. You know, we go from old school events to new school events. Like, we cover the whole spectrum here on this channel. This channel, quite frankly, is the fucking spectrum of MMA. Have you seen the live chat? But if you think that he just... Yeah, he does float his chin in the air. That's the one criticism that we've always made. But if you think that he just prays that he lands a big, meaty hook... I'm concerned for your mental acuity, mate. Wait, she had breast implant? Yeah, that's how she missed weight. Yeah. According to you, what are the possible tactics that DDP can apply against Chimaev to survive in the first or second round? A lot of hand fighting. I don't think the sprawl is going to save him. I think Chimaev is going to get him down. But Hamzat Chimaev only gets to work when he's got your back. He doesn't like being in top mount, side control. He loves being on your back. That's where Khamzat Chimaev does his best work. So, you've got to make sure your back is either up against the cage, flat against the mat. Do everything you can to fight his hands. Make sure he doesn't get his hooks in. That's what you got to do for 2 rounds, and then he will gas out. What's up, Joe Hogan? Good to see you, dude. Ankalaev versus Khamzat. Khamzat again. Casual. Not too late to take it back. It's not too late to take it back, Wick. It's not too late to pull out and try again, mate. Give Wick a break. It's Pride Month. It is Pride Month. Yep. W bait by Wick. He had to go. Aspinall doesn't even throw meaty hooks. He throws straight down the... Yeah, Wick is playing. Pantoja versus Piotr Jan. Pantoja by back take. The least retarded... Wick is the least retarded Lucas Tracy fan. You know, DDP, guys. I swear, he's 1 win away. DDP's 1 win away from being the greatest welterweight of all time. Trick is to survive 2 to 3. Yeah, the trick is to survive, yeah. Don't ignore my message. Sorry, Eric, I'm on it. W bait by Wick. I read that, Eric. Oh. Locked in a cage with gay Aspinall or gay John Jones. Would you enjoy the fight watching you struggle and fall back while fighting Aspinall, KO you, and your unconscious body is at his mercy? Okay, thank you, Eric. I'm so happy I had to circle back around to that. Where am I at? What's up, Dig? Good to see you, dude. I hope you're well, man. Did you see the Aspinall interview? He sunned Chun and NDC how funny the Dana talking points are silenced when he's on the screen with them. Oh, Dig, I'm doing a breakdown of the video after this live stream. I'll release it tomorrow morning. I should be keeping my upload schedule the same. So even though I'm filming videos before I go to bed, the fuck is playing? That's enough. Even though I'm filming videos earlier than I used to film them. I used to wake up and film them straight away and then play them straight in the morning. Now I'm filming them before I go to bed and releasing them in the morning. I'll release the videos at the same time. I'm not going to change my upload schedule. So I'm going to make a video about Tom Aspinall's interview on Good Guy, Bad Guy, and I'll release it tomorrow morning. I'm not convinced Khamzat can take DDP down. Neither am I, Tim. I'm saying if he does, that's the way to get through with it. Although I guess I think he will. In the first round, I think he will get him down. I am convinced, actually. Let me take that back. I am convinced. I think he will. There's room to land brutal flying double knee to Khamzat as he launches in for the takedown. The timing would have to be perfect, but fuck, it would be legendary. I mean, yeah, it is. That is 100% possible. Yeah, to land something big up the middle. Because Khamzat is like the Ben Askren, right? Like, we're all picturing the same kit here. You know what Khamzat's going to do. He's going to try and get the single leg. He's going to try and drag you down. He's going to try and work to your back. If you can time that moment when he launches, history-making shit. That was a real question, but I'm not answering it, Eric. Reyes is too quick for Tom and moves side to side like Marab. Reyes would die underneath Tom. Reyes doesn't have any muscle on his body. Have you seen Dominic Reyes without a shirt on? He has 0 testosterone. Aspinall threw a 1-2-3 against Volkov, and I swear to God, the 3 he threw was from the meat. Don't try and sound like a hardcore now, Wick. You've been exposed, mate. McGee sends Jan to karate combat. Shut up, dickhead. Answer the question? No, Eric. I really wish Murab had a touch of death power. That right hand he landed on Uma in round 5 was such a clean punch. Yeah, it would certainly make watching Murab tape a lot better if he could actually knock some people out. Lane, Ladbrokes cut me off withdrawal, not even a fucking big one. I had to incorporate a Zesty Drickus question since he's not here. Yeah, where is Zesty Drickus? What's going on with Zesty Drickus? Where is he? I'm a big guy, you know. I'm a big guy. Dougie used to be on that morning grind. Now he's on the sleepy lazy. It's just my lifestyle has changed a little bit, Eric. Come on, guys. We've got to give Derek Lewis a title shot next. He took his pants off. He's funny. He earned it. Seems to be the way the UFC is going these days, Alex. Does seem to be the way that it's going. Drives a... Drickus will land a question mark kick on Khamzat and sleep him. We pray to God, Wickerthan. We pray to God every night. Settle down, Alex. Settle down, Alex. Khamzat is fast with these takedowns because he has such a long torso. Very true. Wick's trying to get himself back into the good graces here, boys. You see? Wick's trying to slither his way back into hardcoreness. DDP versus Looney Tunes spinning wheel kick. I'm thinking about setting up a soundboard for the fight. Dig. So whenever DDP throws something, it's a wee. Yeah, it'd be good like that. Dougie, you're getting a decent amount from YouTube now. How's your YouTube experience until now? It's been very, very fun. I thoroughly enjoy doing YouTube. A decent amount? No. No. Maybe $80 a month. It's all entirely from donations. On average, about $80 a month. All entirely from donations. Some months are bigger than others. Some months are almost non-existent. But it's great fun, and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah, I'm not making... the videos make no money. The videos make absolutely no money. Dougie, are you getting a decent amount? Who is more of a freak athlete? DDP or Hamza Chimaev? Freak athlete? Oh, that's a good one. Hamzat, I reckon. Hamzat. DDP's got to work a lot harder. Hamzat just fucking... He's like the Tasmanian devil, you know? He just comes out like a fucking madman and just wins. Why do the Aussies love Brits so much? Because we're brothers. We're brothers. Brits are like us, but with manners. Dougie, who wins? Prime Yoel Romero or Prime Hector Lombard? Hector Lombard, man. People forget. I met Stipe at a restaurant called Merit in 2012. Couldn't understand a word he said. I got a wife. I got a wife. Refund, Eric? Never. Skinny Fat Reyes is the new mythical fighter. Dude, if Skinny Fat Reyes wins a title, I will genuinely be happy for Dominic Reyes. I think he's such a nice bloke. I'd be happy if you... Thank you, Tim, for the $5.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
You're a legend, Tim. Thank you very much. Why are you gay? You're a legend, Tim. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you got... For the new people on the stream... if you want your chat read out to skip the queue, donations get read out straight away. I've got 2 chat window open. I've got the chat window that I'm reading here, and then I've got another chat window open in front of me. If you donate, you skip the queue. After the first hour, I'll start a timer, and you guys can pay for the stream to continue. Every $2 gets you a minute on the stream. That's how we're monetizing the channel. Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate it. Like the stream. I appreciate it. So other than not getting a refund, what's the topic for the today? I've got some news articles that we need to go over. How do you not give Peyton... How do you not give Peyton Talbot the next title shot? How do you not give Peyton Talbot the next title shot? Wick with the Jewish tactics. Nice to... Nah, he did bit. We'll be alright. Dougie looks like the wolf guy from Twilight. Is that good or bad? Was he the hot one or the ugly one? How do you start with YouTube? What other content do you like to post? All right, Eric. Thank you very much. Hamzat could get DDP's back like Grasso. He could. Bryce Machine at YouTube. Bryce Machine. Very good. He could. Hamzat could get DDP's back. He could, but I think DDP will be able to fight him off. DC and Chael will go back to sucking off John Jones straight after this interview. Nothing will change until Madison Square Garden. I've got a theory, Dig. I've got a theory. I'll film it after this. W Russian, all hail Vladimir Putin. I couldn't agree with that anymore, Eric. Glory to the Russian Empire. I agree. Joe Hogan, he probably said, I got a wife. Hail Hydra, exactly. Hamzat, I think DDP's chin is going to be tested. Against Hamzat, I think DDP's chin is going to be tested. With the squeeze, that's the only way. Hamzat has got pillow fists. Since when have Aussies liked poems? Most Aussies hate English. I mean, it's a friendly, bantery sort of like how you shit on your little brother. Like, we don't really hate them. Tim, hold the donos until the clock's up. Shut up, dickhead. How much is $80 in real money? 40 American dollars. Maybe 50 American dollars. Good on you, Tim. He never reads mine right away. I do read yours straight away, Eric. I do read yours straight away. W idea for me, by the way. Can't wait to get my cut from our channel. That was a good idea from you, Eric. It was. Volk needs a boy man. Get in deep, brother. What? Wait. You're going to interview your twin, Tristan Tate? I don't think I could get an interview with Tristan Tate. Lane got the comment, though, if he was about... What the fuck? A genuine question. Oh, okay. What the fuck? That was a genuine question about what you want to do on YouTube. That guy was an ass. All right, what was your question, Eric? I thought you were just playing around, mate. What was your question? How did you start with YouTube? I started with YouTube because me and Jamie had the camping channel. So we were already posting to YouTube, so I thought I would do it anyway and do my hobby on YouTube for fun. What other content would you like to post? One day, if the channel ever grows to such a point, I will do lifestyle and MMA, so I'll keep the MMA channel. And I'll do lifestyle, like when I go live in the forest, or if I go camping and that kind of stuff. Or when I did the live stream when I was getting a Philly cheesesteak. So I'd probably do like a Australian living in Thailand channel like that, something like that. Dudes can't even ask a question. Sorry, Eric. I thought you were playing around. $80 is 120. I thought Weston was asking how much is Australian dollars in real money. Did I convert the wrong way around? Let's not forget that Russia is now the bastion of true free market capitalism. The realm is fucking... It is. It's insane, guys. We're not the good guys. We aren't the good guys. Hamzat definitely doesn't have pillow fists. He has 2 one-shot KOs in his career, and he's explosive with the takedown. You have to assume that he's explosive. No. The takedown comes from a completely different level when it comes to the striking. Completely different, mate. Completely different. He's absolutely got pillow fists, right? He's got 2 one-shot KOs in his career, but that's outside of the UFC. Like, when you look inside of the UFC, where actual athletes are, that changes the game completely. Francis Ngannou on a bike versus Paddy the Fatty Pimlich on PEDs. Francis Ngannou on a bike versus Paddy Pimlich on PEDs. Well, we've seen Paddy Pimlet on PEDs. He's fighting an octagon right now in the spare time. So I think Paddy on PEDs flips the bike, lad. Says, oh, fuck, he's coming at me, lad. Fucking flip it, lad. Hamzat KO'd Aleskarov and Gerald Meerschaert. I don't think his fists are... I mean, it's Gerald Meerschaert. Really, Rainey? It's Gerald Meerschaert. Grasso is a square covered with pretty feet. Okay, with pretty feet. All right, Wick. Dougie's cousin is the last free... Okay, all right. I root for people of all Anglo-Germanic and Celtic descent. There you go, Joe Hogan. W ideas. I want to do it too eventually. Literally just record adventures that I go on, from hiking to skydiving, and giving a prayer in my videos. Have some of my kids can look back on when I'm old. Yeah, I mean, it's just fun. Like, YouTube is just... It's exhausting, but it's fun at the same time. Like, it's grindy, but it's fun. It's like a video game. Like, you know, when you're old school video games before they had microtransactions, so you just had to do the same thing over and over again to level up, and you got a little bit sick of the grind, but it was fun when you got there. That's essentially YouTube. And you don't need to... You can start a lifestyle channel whenever you want. Like, we were doing the camping channel. I'm still a plasterer. Like, I just don't have time right now to do plastering and do MMA YouTube and start a lifestyle channel at the same time. So right now, it's just do this until this grows my full-time income. And then when MMA YouTube, if it's ever my full-time income, then I'll replace plastering with doing lifestyle stuff, and I'll have 2 YouTube channels. So, yeah. First rule of Fight Club, never talk about Fight Club. If you offer to take your life supply, zombie, Gorilla Bear, Apocalypse, Golden Gaytime stash, he will... If you offer Tate your supply, zombie, Koala Bear, Apocalypse, Golden Gaytime stash, he will do the interview. I don't think Tristan Tate would ever put a Golden Gaytime in his mouth. He'd get memed on too much. That's why I need Aspinall to heavyweight for 10 years straight. Aspinall will dominate heavyweight for 10 years straight. I made a new channel for when I'm ready for it, but I plan to do it as a hobby. That's all it is. You got to look at it as just a hobby to start off with. That's all it is. Pretty funny how they're giving out free money during UFC 317 as a reimbursement for alcohol. Roval is a plus... What? They're giving out free money during UFC 317 as a reimbursement for alcohol. What are you talking about, Val? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Explain more, please. I mean to say, kill heavyweights for 10 years straight, but YouTube would probably filter it, so that was the typo, save me. No, he's going to dominate heavyweight for 10 years in a row. That's what I think Tom Aspinall is going to do. Right, let's get over to some of the news topics that I wanted to cover. First things first, right. First things first. This one here, which we've sort of already lightly covered, but we'll just get into it quickly for the sake of it. The UFC broadcast update. Now, I checked this Orlando Pucks guy. He is a regular sports commentator, a sports media member. Like, he's not from the MMA world, was what I'm trying to say. This Orlando Pucks guy who is sourcing this news information is a accredited sports journalist who is talking from the sporting world on the perspective of the UFC. Amazon is not told in the UFC's pay-per-view model either. And as you guys might remember from a previous video I did, Netflix isn't interested in the pay-per-view model. In fact, Netflix isn't interested in hosting the entire roster. If they're going to do sporting events, they want big standalone sporting events. So it looks like the UFC is going back to ESPN, and ESPN has been pulling UFC content, which, by the way, if you're in America and you're paying for ESPN Plus, ESPN is fucking robbing you. They are robbing you because you are paying ESPN for the UFC content, and the ESPN is pulling that content off the website to negotiate with the UFC. You are literally being fucking robbed by ESPN in real time and used as a negotiation tool. But I've got a feeling we will re-sign with the UFC, but it's going to be nowhere near $1 billion a year. Not even fucking close. And there might be, like how there's a couple of events on ABC every single year, we might get 1 or 2 events on Netflix. But the problem is, if we get 1 or 2 events on Netflix, they're big marquee events, and they're the events that carry the entire roster. So obviously ESPN want those numbers as well. So it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. Essentially, what is going on is a fucking mess. The UFC thought their dick was a lot bigger than it was, and once they whipped it out in the boardroom, everyone started laughing at them, is essentially what's happened in layman's terms, as far as I can tell. I'll read your chats.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Why is that playing? Whatever. Alright. I'll read your chat. Sorry, boys. Sorry. I mean to say, yeah, we did that one. Royval is a huge underdog and he's going to win. It's Freeman. Oh, that's what you mean by they're giving away alcohol. Oh, nice one. Nice one, Val. Who's your favorite fighter in the middleweight division? Ooh. Still Robert Whittaker. Aspinall only needs 2 more wins at heavyweight to be the heavyweight GOAT since John Jones is a puss. True, dig. True. Glover won the belt at 42 at light heavyweight. Aspinall is going to get 15 title defenses. Yes, this is why I was saying last week when I made that video about save the UFC heavyweight division, I want to see movement at heavyweight. And you're not going to get movement unless it's like flyweight, where you have a champion that is churning through the division. We're literally bringing in champions from Ryzen so he has somewhere to fight. That's what we need to happen at heavyweight. Please don't do this shit with Amazon. I don't think that they will. No, I don't think they will. Imagine if he loses to Cyril Gahn now. Exactly, Joe Hogan. Exactly. Remember when it was just me and Joe Hogan? Time fly. I know, dude. I know. I see people that have been members for 11 months. It's crazy, man. I'll never show my face again. Yeah. If Tom Aspinall loses to Cyril Gahn, I'm going to be very embarrassed in a lot of comment sections. Shyla, what's up? Is there a way to set all messages as default instead of top messages? Yeah, at the top of your message box where it's... to set it as default? No, you got to do it manually every single time. Fucking sucks. I just cancelled my ESPN Plus after Saturday night's cut. Good lane. They're all available for free. I have ESPN, Disney Plus, Hulu all together for the same price, all together in a bundle, and I still feel robbed. I mean, technically you are being robbed. You're paying for the UFC package. ESPN are pulling that off their website. You are technically being robbed by ESPN. I haven't paid for an event in 4 years. Based, Joe Hogan. UFC sent a dick pic, and it was sent in a group chat for everyone. Oh, yeah, essentially that's what happened, Derek. Dana White sent a dick pic, and Netflix and Amazon all went... That ain't it. That ain't it, girl. UFC pulled out an average sausage. Exactly, mate. Anthony Hernandez is overrated. Wrong. I'm a big fluffy Hernandez enjoyer on this channel. Phantasmo Cook Smart. Exactly. The lone challenge in the official rankings update after UFC 107 involves the main event. It did not happen as Macy Barber drops 1 spot on the pound for pound list, number 15, up to number 14. Wow. The women's pound for pound list is rocked from Macy Barber not making the walk. Aspinall needs to develop a boxing guard and not rely on his quickness to avoid strike. Once he ages, that tactic will no longer work. I completely agree, Jazago. That is the one thing propping up Tom Aspinall right now. It's age. If Gahn beats Tom, I'm retiring from life. I might join you, Dig. We might do a live stream sepulchre where we all just end it together. That seems to be the only way out of this. Right, next bit of news that I wanted to bring up. Your favorite fighter, chat. Your favorite fighter is a fucking pussy and a bitch. Sean Strickland is looking for that fucking... He's looking for that... Sean Strickland has become the influencer that he hates so much. He doesn't want to take fights, competitive fights in the UFC. He'll do a rematch with Israel Adesanya because it's an easy rematch for him. He's bitching and moaning about how the UFC doesn't pay enough and he wants to go and fight Jake Paul. If you were a Sean Strickland fan... The era is over. The Sean Strickland era is officially over. He's fucking calling out Jake Paul. If the UFC was a race, what would it... If the UFC was a race, what would it be? A race to the top? Are you talking Skin color? Come on, man. Luke is a fairly underdog against Kev. How do you feel about it? I think I would sprinkle Luke. If he's the underdog, I would sprinkle Luke. If the UFC was a race, it'd be white as shit. It'd be Russian, mate. I'm being Jude. You are being Jude. Unless you meant like a running race, yeah. No fluffy hate will be tolerated. There'll be no Anthony Fluffy Hernandez hate on this channel. None. Val put a double up with Roy Val and Costa. You'll fucking clean up, mate. Hey, Dougie, will you forget us when you become 100k subs? Huge ass YouTuber. I don't think I'll ever become a 100k subs huge ass YouTuber. Rainy, 70k will be enough for me. Literally just enough to cover my plastering expenses would be enough. But no, I won't. I've already got a Discord, and in the Discord there is a VIP members lounge. And in the VIP members lounge, I am going to be posting secret streams. Secret streams for the boys that were here from day one. Secret streams. So there's already a backup plan should I somehow rocket to YouTube success. Yes. You mean sepulchre? Yes, thank you, Weston. Sepulchre. Exactly, mate. Sepulchre. The herpes cancellation was less cringe than Macy's anxiety attack. Yeah. I mean, at least herpes is legit, you know what I mean? Like, you go to a few fucking parties, you rub up with a few people, you know, it all gets messy at the end of the night. We've all been there, Lane, you know? Bit of herpes is acceptable. But to just say I can't make the walk and then shit yourself, fucking unacceptable, mate. I stopped being a fan after he got the belt. He switched up so much. Dude, this is the thing, right? Sean Strickland, the moment that he touched gold, he played this fucking character of, I don't care about the money, I don't care about the belt, put duct tape on it. The moment he got the belt, fucking bullshit. Yeah, Aspinall definitely needs to stop relying so much on speed as he gets older and maybe get on grappling a little bit more. Yeah, and I hope he does, Joe Hogan. I hope he does. Life is a race. Life is a race. True. If the UFC was a race, it would be one. If the UFC was a race, it would be one with many, many hurdles. Yes, constantly knocking the fighters down as they try and go for title shots. But if you're not popular enough, bang, there's a hurdle. If you get fake tits and you can't make the main event because you freak out, bang, there's a hurdle. If your name's Movzarev Loyev and the UFC doesn't like you, bang, there's a hurdle. Yeah, true. Anthony ate all the fluff. Anthony did eat all the fluff. Sorry, Sepulchre, you got me, mate. Anthony is a fat welterweight. Anthony Hernandez is the fucking GOAT. The GOAT. Dougie posts SD content for the VIP. I do not. Aspinall owns all the Russians, Doug. Do I need to bring up the counter again? Dougie members is like OnlyFans. No. The members, you get fun memes, and you get a fun meme video whenever I have time to do it. The VIP lounge is invite only, just for solid members of the chat. Herpes is unacceptable. If JDM beats Islam, does he go back down and stay at 170? I think if JDM beats Islam, Islam goes back down. Life is a race, and okay, Eric, calm down. Sean was magically in the best shape of his life in the first fight again, and DDP turned into a blob, and then DDP. Sean was magically in the best shape of his life in the first fight. Then fought DDP again and turned into a blob after. Yeah, Sean Strickland's given up, dude. Sean Strickland's given up, man. Hope you reach 100k. Me too, Rainy. It'd be fucking great, dude. It'd be fucking great, you know? Otherwise, I'll just keep plastering forever. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. All I can do is keep rocking up every day and have a go. All I can do is keep rocking up every day and have a go. Anthony Hernandez is boring as fuck. Bro turned into Bilal in his last fight. He's overrated as fuck. Anthony Hernandez breaks bones, son. He breaks bones. What do you not realize? Anthony Hernandez breaks bones. He'll bend you over and break your bones if you're not ready, buddy. He'll break your bloody bones, mate. Right. We do press on. That was all the news that I wanted to cover for today. We press on to who is at the top of the list. We were up to UFC Fight Night. Ian Machado Gary versus Carlos Prates. Ian Machado Gary had gotten one fight on the board. Keat, she rocking up. Yeah. I see Fluffy hype, but let's be real, he's never going to be champ. What are you talking about, mate? Of course Fluffy can become a champ. He's a dominant wrestler. Dominant wrestlers can always become champ. That's the meta of MMA right now. UFC Tapology. Let's do that. I think you're at your strongest when you're making funny and slightly weird shit like the Pena video and the 3.5 hour Ursek saga, but mainly that just reflects on me. Yeah, I mean, it's hit and miss, Nacho. That's the thing. Like, the channel, You know what? The Pena video got a lot of clicks, surprisingly. Probably because there's not a lot of people making Pena content. Who would have guessed? But it has a really shit retention time. But the channel seems to be built mainly around news articles, like covering the news of MMA and then sprinkling in fun stuff. So that's the best I can do with it. You know, it is what it is. That was a humble ass kicking too. Imagine Sean mentally from baiting over the Izzy Glaze in a dominant fashion to being arguably robbed and thinking you'll win it back to get schooled. Bro is mentally great. Oh yeah, dude. He's done. He's done. He's done. It is what it is. Like, he's done. He let his ego get to him, which is crazy because this is what's annoying about it. He sells himself as a dude that doesn't have ego, but he let his ego get to him. It sucks, man. It is what it is. Bro is mentally right. Fluff can be champ. He's got a 30% chance. He got that fight in him. Fluff can be a champ. Absolutely, dude. Pena is a single mum. I would not be being the dad. If Pena was a single mum, I wouldn't be being the dad. Okay. Bold statement. bold statement, but all right. Shall we open up the meter? Let's open up the meter. That's what I'm doing here. Let's get the meter going for the boys. The boys want a meter. It's $2 for every minute equals 1 minute. We'll get the meter going. We'll get the meter open. There's the timer. Boom. We'll chuck 19 minutes on the clock. There you go. The meter's open. The image is up. What am I doing? I'm locking the background here. Canva. Locked. There you go, boys. $2 equals 1 minute. Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry. $1 equals 2 minutes. My bad. There you go. There you go. What did you... Shut up, dickhead. Alright, cool. So, yesterday we got up to UFC Fight Night Machado Gary versus Prates. That's what we got up to. So, we need to pick up from the next fight after that. Luke Rockhold said that Hamzat is a make it or break it type of guy. If he fails to take to the fight as he planned, he'll break. Luke Rockhold, I rarely agree with him, but he's 100% correct about that, Rainey. He's 100% correct about it. Listen, Hamzat Chimaev needs a fight to go in one direction. He needs to take you down, he needs to take you back, and he needs to grapple you until you give up. If he can't do that, then the fight starts to run away from him. So, as much as I don't like Luke Rockhold, he's 100% correct, dude. He's 100% correct. UFC Fight Night Machado Gary versus Carlos Prates. We did that one. So the one after UFC Fight Night Gary versus Prates was Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. That was the one that we got into. Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. He tried to pull... I didn't try and pull a fast one. It was an honest mistake, mate. Just relax. For how skinny O'Malley is, he's packing a dump truck. Check his UFC Noche announcement. I am not going to be checking out Sean O'Malley's UFC Noche announcement post to see if he has a dump truck, Wick MMA. I'm not going to be doing that, dude. I'm not going to be doing that at all. Although I did see Corey Sandhagen's latest reel, tweet, skit, whatever you want to call it, where he was talking about the dump truck of O'Malley. I didn't know this was going around in the MMA world right now. The dump truck of O'Malley. Daniel Rodriguez versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. No, we checked that one. That one wasn't one. Reina de Ridler versus Bo Nickel. That one wasn't ranked, I don't think. I don't think that one was ranked. Did we do this yesterday? Did we do Reina de Ridler versus Bo Nickel? Nacho, you were here for yesterday's. Did we do Reina... You know what? I'll just check my history. Have you ever watched Fort Outs? Thank you, Tim! You were a great account. You lasted well beyond 3 months. I thought you'd last. Goodbye, Ladbrokes, my friend. R.I.P. to Ladbrokes. R.I.P. to Ladbrokes, Tim. But at least they let you gamble. 365 won't even take my fucking money. Won't even take my fucking money. We did this card yesterday. Yeah, I'm checking my history in UFC Fight Pass. Thank you very much, Tim. Let me add 10 delicious minutes to the timer. 16 up to 26. Thank you very much, Tim. You're a bloody legend, mate. I appreciate you, mate. 26 minutes on the timer. Boom. We start the timer. Good on you, Timothy. I appreciate you, mate. Time will be just before 5 o'clock. W for Tim. W's for Tim. Love in the chat for Tim, boys. All right, let me check my history. We did Fight Night versus Sandhagen. We tried to see whether or not it was a ranked fight. And it was. The Riddler was ranked 13th. And that is how Finland... Red, white, and blue. That is how Finland got their 1 point. We did do this yesterday. Can you say TKO with your accent? Yeah, sure. TKO, mate. TKO. There you go. So Riddler ended up getting himself 1 point. And then we did Corey Sandhagen versus Davidson Figueiredo. Now, did I give the point? Did I give the point to Corey Sandhagen on yesterday's stream? I don't think I did because I didn't check what the rankings were. I think we got up to Der Fiddler, and that's where I stopped. So I don't think America snuck in an extra point. Would you rather slam a bottle of ketchup or a bottle of mustard? I'd rather slam a bottle of ketchup. I got flared by ribs. I got flared like ribs by Der Riddler. Bottle of mustard. No, you'd absolutely do ketchup. You'd absolutely do ketchup. Corey Sandhagen versus Demison Figueiredo. Mustard's better than ketchup. But you'd rather slam a bottle of ketchup. Corey Sandhagen was ranked 4th. Corey Sandhagen was ranked 4th. That's a top 5 win, so America gets 2 points, moving up to 14th. On ya, USA. Clawing away. Clawing away now. Ooh, shit, so Russia is at 16 points. Brazil is at 16 points, Russia is at 15 points, and Corey Sandhagen gets America on the board with 14 points as we lock up UFC Fight Night, Corey Sandhagen versus Davidson Figueiredo. It's spicy mustard, I do that, yeah, but I'd rather, yeah, everyone rather ketchup, yep. You guys don't know ball, ranch is the way to go, ranch is the way to go. On your Nacho for the 3 minutes, mate. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much taking us up. We'll round up to 27 minutes. There you go, Nacho. Fucking on you, cunt. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Nacho. I appreciate you. 27 minutes on the clock. Thank you very much, Nacho. You're a bloody legend, mate. Thank you. Now I'm craving hot dogs. Shyla, we call them glizzies in this channel. Shyla, you want to say, I'm craving a glizzy. That's what we say on this channel. I didn't come up with it, but it's the way that it is, and we have to play to the channel standards. As I type, I surprise Landon, switched up tomato, and then she goes and does it. Yep, mayo, yep, ranch, Damberley, probably mustard, yep. All right, cool. Beautiful. We're moving on from Corey Sandhagen versus Davidson Figueiredo to the next one. Ooh, dude, we're nearly done with the year. We ripped through the fucking year real quick. This didn't take that long at all. This did not take that long at all. I didn't miss your comment, Yog. How are you, dude? Dan probably mustard it. That was rough. Glizzy overdrive. A cheese hot dog is the fucking way to go. Absolutely. I've seen someone saying Colby was playing a character to hype up the fights, but if that's true, is he really like that? I think Colby doesn't have any friends in MMA due to this. Yeah, I've seen people say that Colby was playing a character. I don't know, dude. Somewhere it feels like he got lost in the character. You know what I mean? Like, is there any point in still playing that character to this day? And even now, like, Colby Covington does live streams where he stays in that character, so I don't know, man. It feels like Colby's been lost in that character. Mayo is literally just spinned seed oils. Yeah, it's great. Mayo is the best. Yog, yes, you did. No, I didn't, Yog. I did not miss your comment, Yog. I'm scrolling up. I didn't miss your comment, Yog. No, I didn't. How are you, Yog? Good to see you. Baby barbecue sauce is what real crosters use. Absolutely. True. New York style hot dogs are the best. They're damn good. What's up, Larry? How are you, dude? Colby has the best Twitch. I've never watched Colby Covington's live stream. I've seen clips of it on Twitter, but I've never watched it. We are up to... What am I up to? UFC 315. How are you? Yeah, it's like those fucking movies and shit. He plays the character so much, he lost himself in the character and can't tell the difference between it. That's what it feels like to me, Eric. Seriously, that is what it feels like to me. UFC 315. Stay there, man. Garlic aioli is the shit. Garlic aioli is our shit. What's up, Super Shotgun? Dougie, are you late today? I was early today, actually, Shotgun. How are you, dude? Super Shotgun, do you have your code word? Banished immediately to the Ian Gary chat. Who? What are you talking about, dude? What's up, Larry? How are you, man? Can you do Buckley beating Colby? Wasn't Colby right? Did you count Buckley beating Colby? Wasn't Colby right? Did I miss that? Where was that? I did miss that. Where was that? Corey Sandhagen versus Sandhagen. Volkov versus Emmett versus Murphy. When was that? We don't talk about crumbs like Colby. Buckley didn't beat Colby. Yeah, he did. Blue Cheese and Wonder Boy Safety. What's up, Cheddarhead? How are you, dude? Cheddarhead, thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much, man. What are we up to? 23, so that is 33. On your Cheddarhead, you're a fucking legend, mate. Good on you, Cheddarhead. Nice, mate. Done. 33 minutes on the clock, boys. There you go. Yes, they were both right. We did do that? Okay. What are we up to on the World Cup list? Well, I'm bringing up the World Cup list now, Shotgun. Dougie was the guy who got Ian Gary hooked on the... Shut up, dickhead. You see, $1 2 minutes gives me more time for more donuts. I see, Zesty Drickers. I understand. You're right. You are right. The market is setting the price, as it often does. Don't you love capitalism? Did you make sure you got Emmett versus Murphy points for the UK? We did do that one. We just finished that one. Here we are, Shotgun. Brazil at 16. Russia at 15. USA at 14. Australia, New Zealand at 7. Georgia at 6th. I'm telling you guys, we set the price. Cheddar's up for his midnight snack. I'm telling you guys, invest in Bitcoin. Do not invest in Bitcoin. It means literally nothing. Who is gayer, Jesus or Muhammad? That's a great question, mate. That is a great question. It'll probably be Muhammad. You got Brady being Leon as well. We got Brady being... No, hang on. We're going through them one at a time. It's not about capitalism. It's about the transaction volume and frequency. I don't think you understand what I mean by the market sets the price, Zesty Drickers. Guru, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, brother. Good to see you, Guru. How are you, dude? What's up, man? Welcome to this chat, dude. We're doing the UFC Olympics. Good to see you, Guru. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. And Timmy added $2 to the chat, so I'll add 10 minutes. Sorry, I'll add an extra bloody 4 minutes to the chat. 35 minutes. On you, Guru. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. So I appreciate it, man. Welcome back to MMA YouTube. John Jones is gay. Wee. John Jones is gay. What a fucking time to be alive. What a fucking time to be alive. Add the time. It was memberships, not donos, mate. It was memberships, not donos. Guru donated memberships. He didn't donate donos, so doesn't count. Stream, boy. Add Guru's 10 to the chat. You scam. It doesn't count. What do you mean? It doesn't count. They don't count. They're memberships, not donos. It's for dono. You get 2 minutes for every dono. No, memberships don't count. Memberships absolutely don't count. What are you talking about? I'm not scamming you. Who's getting scammed? No one's getting scammed. You counted them last stream. Shit. Guru with the 5 gifted memberships. $2 a membership. That's 10 minutes. That's an extra 20 minutes to the stream. All right, there you go. 20 minutes to the stream. 30, 40, 54 minutes. There you go. 54 minutes on the stream. There you go. He tried to Jew you, Guru. You skipped my comment. I didn't skip your comment. There you go. I didn't try and scam Guru. I'm just baiting the chat, mate. Just baiting the chat a little bit. There you go, boys. 53 minutes on the meter, which puts us at 5:36. All right, sick. Add another 4 minutes on you, Guru. You're a fucking legend, mate. Thank you, mate. The chat will be thrilled with this, Guru. The chat will be fucking thrilled, mate. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much. 53. Boom. On you, Guru. Thanks, mate. Is that the real MMA Guru? That is the real MMA Guru, yes. Thank you, Eric, for the $1, dude. I appreciate it, man. 58. Coming up onto the clock. Thank you, Eric. India got so roasted in yesterday's stream. Remember the guy who spazzed out? We have gone over that, Shotgun. Shotgun, do you have Shotgun, do you have your code word to get into the Discord? Or was someone pretending to be you? The MMA Guru uses a flip cover on his phone in 2025. How do you know that, Wicked? Another hour? What's up, Nubby? How are you, man? You never talk about how amazing Alexa Grasso's feet are anymore. Yog, you don't bring it up anymore, Yog. You don't bring it up anymore. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the extra $1, mate. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. 59 minutes on this. Let's round it up to an hour. For all the bloody donos, we'll go for an hour. There we go, boys. 1 hour on the clock. Another hour on your nacho. An hour and 3 minutes. Fucking get after it, boys. There you go, boys. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Another hour and 3 minutes. On the clockathon. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Dougie, remember as he had when you had Dougie, remember heads up when you want the end the dono submission. I know. Discord link. Was that the real Guru? Yes, that's the real MMA Guru. He pops in from time to time. He's a bloody legend. He always supports the chat. That's why at the end of the videos there's a thank you to Guru when I do a shout out to all the members and everything. It's not me who DM'd you on the Discord yesterday. It wasn't me who DM'd on you on the Discord. I didn't think so, Super Shotgun. That's why I gave them a fucking code. Damn, suddenly churned into Super Chats. It's good to see, isn't it, Rainy? MMA Guru. You are more built than Aspinall. I'm giving you a heads up. Aspinall will wear trainers with the highest soles to try and dog you. There you go. At this point, you might be on for a 24-hour stream. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. That was not the real Guru. That is the real Guru. So in theory, we could donate and make you work all day and night. In theory, you could technically do that. The real Guru would... Shut up, dickhead. No, it was me. Well, then what is the code word? Wait, there are two shotguns. I sent you a code word. Guru is not fat. He's built like a bulked Greek god. That is true. Everyone in chat is asking for... I know, all of a sudden MMA Guru jumps to the stream and everyone in chat's like, is that really Guru? Like, yes, that is really Guru. Yes, Lane, you can join the Discord, of course. Let me get you a Discord link. Guru gets so many donations, he doesn't realize I gave him like $200, but I digress. Well, Will. Good for you for supporting MMA YouTube. Well done, man. Rumors on the street is that DJ Eden is the real Super Shotgun and this dude is an imposter. Well, guys, I said yesterday, if you want to get into the VIP lounge, the real based chat members came from Guru Raids. They did. I said yesterday, if you want to get into the VIP lounge, you got to be on the chat for a long time and get invited. And then someone called Super Shotgun messaged me on the Discord and said, I'm Super Shotgun. And I went, okay. So I checked the Discord, and there's 2 Super Shotguns in the Discord. There you go, Mara. All right, cool. There you go. So Super Shotgun, you are the real Super Shotgun, and I will add that account that I sent that code to into the VIP room. I guess no more dick pics in the Discord. No more dick pics in the Discord. I just read your message. There you go, Super Shotgun. What happened yesterday? I wasn't there. There was an Indian man in the stream who crashed out and threatened to rape. Don't let Lane in. She will talk about Mayo more than I talk about Bottom Pop-Tart. That's alright. We'll just ban her if she talks about Mayo too much. You gotta get touched by me. We need cursed return. We do need cursed return. I don't even know what Discord is. It's like a group chat that we've got going on. It's a whole other app though, Shyla. You have to get initiated by me. I will touch you for you to join the VIP. Okay. Can you do Poland if you think Alexa Grasso's feet feel good raptor? No, Yog. No. And Wick says, Oi, Guru. He threatened to grate me because I made fun of Anshul Jabli. Yes, exactly right. MMA Guru had to reply after Dougie's corner bringing up... Wick. That is fucking gold. We started talking about mayonnaise, and MMA Guru went, hang on a second. Bloody hang on a second. Someone on MMA YouTube's talking about mayonnaise. Thank you, Kyle, for the membership, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. We'll add another membership's $2. So we'll add another 4 minutes to the clock. Thank you, Kyle. 1 hour and 3 minutes on you, mate. Appreciate you, dude. Can't believe how badly Zach Reese worked your soy boy. Shut up, dickhead. Really breaking stereotypes. I know, mate. Zesty drinkers, stop it. Oh shit, we forgot to talk about Guru and the plan to buy up controlling share of TKO. We'll talk about it next time he pops in. I'm sure he's bounced by now. We'll talk about it next time he pops in. Yes, we're going to buy up the TKO group. What's considered a long time, Dougie? It's more of a vibe check. It's more of a couple of months. You're here for like almost every single stream. You're a loyal member of the chat. That gets you into the VIP section. The VIP section is, so one day if the chat ever gets too big and I can't control it and I can't answer to everyone's streams, one day I'm going to do secret streams just for the OGs. Kyle, huh? Yeah, Kyle. Weird, isn't it? How many Alexa Grasso's feet would you have? How many Alexa Grasso's feet will you be my best man? What, Yog? His Mayo sensors were tingling. There's like a Mayo light in the sky, and Guru heard it and came a-running. Wait, the protest. Oh, yeah, we missed out on the protest as well. It's too late. He's bounced by now, dude. Please give hate to the Indian government. I'm not going to give hate to the Indian government. Calm the fuck down. You forgot to mention it while he was here. Tell Guru about the Guru, I don't know if you're still here. If you are still here, please make this happen. This is called March at the Front of the UFC Apex. The date is June 27th. Our demands are to fire Dana White, make Movzar versus Volk, strip John Jones. It is a peaceful protest on the front street of the Apex, not at the gates of the Apex. Start promoting like boxing. Face-to-face interviews 2 weeks out in person. You know the deal. You talk about it all the time. Start bringing up promos again like Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor, and tell UFC to fuck off with Embedded. This is the movement that I've been trying to get going. I made an entire video breaking it down if you want to get into it, Guru. But I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your memberships, and I appreciate you sending me raids, dude. I really, I do. I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you very much. Welcome back to MMA YouTube, dude. We missed you. All right. Let us press on. Tell Guru what you want us to do to the Apex staff. I don't want you to do anything to the Apex staff. It's a peaceful protest out the front of the Apex. I'm not VIP, but I'm an OG. Weston, are you in the Discord? I'll check. You should be in the VIP, absolutely. Guru loved the Mayo Legendary way beyond my accurate. Dude, the Guru love for Mayo is next level. Does VIP have Diddy parties? No, it's just so I can send out free streams. Who is more gay, Izzy or John Jones? Ooh, John Jones, easily. Doug got all girly and flirty with Guru and didn't stick to business. I did. I completely forgot about it. Loot the Apex 2025? No. Take Nina as a hostage? No. You completely misread my comment. You didn't punctuate, Yog. That's your fault. Tell Guru what you want us to do to the Apex staff? Nothing. He's still shut up, Chris. Dougie, do you know about the UFC primetime shows they used to make? It's Fight Night Vlog, those ones. Have we switched from Storm the Apex? It's not Storm the Apex, it's protest peacefully in front of the Apex. It is not Storm the Apex. It is protest peacefully in front of the Apex. 1 second, chat. Oh, well, since we're not doing the counting right now and we're reading chats, let me do this. Here we go. And where's the fucking meter? There we go. Alright, cool. Back to when the UFC actually cared and made the sick documentaries leading up to the big fights. No, I don't think I was around for that one, Super Shotgun, no. It was way better than the modern generic countdown. Oh, dude, the countdowns are shit. I haven't watched a countdown in such a long time. I'm VIP, brother. You know this, brother. Chief Keef said he will blow up. Dougie said, no, Jesus Christ, we're not blowing up the Apex. I love John Jones. John Jones is not gay. He's an MMA legend, and he's a champ forever. John Jones is gay. I have access to the Discord, but I don't like the Discord, mate. Okay, well, the Discord VIP room is just a fail-safe for one day in case the channel ever gets too big to not lose the OGs that we hear. Dougie taught us how to make clocks and throw. No. God, I remembered that cringy video of Dana with some OnlyFans slut when he put her in a suitcase and destroyed the car. What a joke the UFC has become. Yeah, that's the level of hype and build-up that we get for cards now. Is some fucking OnlyFans chick in a suitcase by Dana White. Weird, man. I'm still bringing blow torches to the Apex. I mean, to cook up marshmallows in front of it. VIP Discord is where we're making plans to peacefully protest. One day I'll be in the VIP. One day, OTM, you're on the way. OTM, you are on the way. You're here for most of the streams. You keep the conversations MMA based. OTM, you are on the way. You are on the way. MMA Guru is still on. What makes you say or think that? Remember when Dougie went in a trench coat to the beach? No, okay. If you had to fight Big Ben Rothwell and brutal Brian Spann and could choose only one fighter to help you, who would you choose? If you had to fight Ben Rothwell and brutal Brian Spann and could only choose one fighter to help you, to help me fight Ben Rothwell? Tom Aspinall. That video made me lose it, especially with the singing. That video made me lose it, especially with the singing. Which video, Eric? Which video? The one with me at the beach? How many guys do you think of Alexa? Okay. We have done PEDs. All of his opponents were 9 years older, did multiple eye pokes. How the fuck is he the GOAT? He's not the GOAT. Anyone who says John Jones is the GOAT is mentally retarded. I'm feeling a little bit sus about getting put in the VIP Discord by a Freemason. It's a closed society, mate. Wick just let a Guru Goon to Dougie in peace. Yeah. Brian Stan, not Brian Span. Yeah, to go in there against Brian Stan would be me and Tom Aspinall. Just ignore my message because he's connected with... VIP is a code word for baby. Yeah, I'm not reading out all the gay stuff. I'm done with that. We're going back to the MMA stream. The suitcase one with the... the suitcase video with Dana White, the OnlyFans girl. It's too fucking much. All right, we're going back to MMA stuff. Everyone, the chat's getting gay. Dougie, this medieval catapult is costing me $5K a day to rent. We can't back down now. I don't want to back down, Eric. I don't want to back down, mate. How many Dougies does it take to beat one Big Ben Rothwell? 2 Dougies can destroy one Ben Rothwell. Okay, we're up to UFC 315. That's what we got up to. UFC 315. That is what we got up to. Also, DJ never faced the real competition like we are seeing in lightweight. Mighty Mouse is the GOAT of MMA. Mighty Mouse is the one true GOAT, our Lord and Savior. Mighty Mouse is the GOAT. Speaking of Freemasons, what are you kinds up to? I've not been... What's up, Not the AM, bro? You're back! Yay! Yay! We missed you, Not the AM, bro. It's good to have you back, man. How you been, brother? Good to see you again. Good to see you again, dude. Alright. Apparently I'm not in the VIP. You're not in the VIP. No, Lane, you're not in the VIP. Dougie thinks he's too cool for the gay talk now. No, it just slows shit down, mate. What's up, Ronald? How are you, dude? I agree, Mighty Mouse is the GOAT. After we do a Mighty Mouse resume tier list, we will do an entire Mighty Mouse watch-along one day. I was putting respect on your name. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Not the AM, bro! Another faulty logic I've seen people say is John Jones beat all the former champions. That's only because light heavyweight was a hot potato after Chuck lost the belt. Yeah, but everyone beats only old champions. Like, that's what Drickus is doing now. Everyone does that, right? Zesty Drickus? Where is Zesty Drickus? Where is Zesty Drickus? Where is he gone? It bounced from Rampage to Frost to Rashad to Machida to Shaka. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Machida era. DJ Aiden lives inside the wheel walls of Dougie's van. He could, mate. So we had a whole pool of former champs to mop up. Yeah, but that's normal, dude. That's what should be happening, man. Okay. Yeah, that's normal, Shotgun. That's what should be happening. That's absolutely what should be happening. Can Ilya become the GOAT? Can Ilya become the GOAT? He's got a long way to go, Prantham. 2 good wins does not a GOATeth make. Boob's back! While guys like Silver and DJ didn't have that luxury, yeah, that's why you sort of gotta contextualize their legacy as it happens. R.I.P. DJ Aiden. R.I.P. DJ Aiden. Zesty Drickus be sucking down and telling... There he is. Nobody held radio shows like that guy. DJ Aiden was the GOAT, dude. You're not listening to me. Sorry, Super Shotgun. What am I missing? Featherweight was a new division and middleweight wasn't a hot potatoes. So neither Silver nor DJ had all those former champs to beat up on, yes? It's a fake news narrative from the John Jones fans. I know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. But I'm saying, like, you've got to take it all into nuance, right? Like, modern day fighters are obviously going to run through divisions and just clean up all the old champions. But yeah, fighters like Mighty Mouse weren't able to do that. I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. Free Kenny. Kenny's freed. Eyes up here, chat. Shut up, Eric. Dougie doesn't know what a wheel well is. I know what a wheel well is, cunt. MMA Guru put down the mail. MMA Guru's not here anymore. If the UFC wants Netflix as their broadcaster, they need to ban WMMA. Dude, it's Netflix. Netflix, the ones that made, Cleopatra Black, they are absolutely... The ones that said women could beat men at chess, they're absolutely not getting rid of WMMA for Netflix. If anything, they'll do more WMMA for Netflix. DJ has a bit of a Ian Gary in him letting people... DJ has a bit of Ian Gary in him letting people stare at his wife's boobs. I don't know what you could possibly mean by that, OTMO. You're not listening to me because I'm typing... Shut up, Eric. I never knew how much I like getting raw... Okay. What do you think about Khabib in the GOAT convo? I think it's retarded. Khabib can be in the GOAT convo, but it's around the top 20 somewhere. It's not in the top 10. Not even close. I'm the same color as my Siggies in Discord. Green, gold. What does that mean? Green and gold. Oh, if you're green, you've been there for a while. If you're gold, you're in the VIP room. Anyone with gold in their name in the Discord is in the VIP room. DJ Aiden wasn't just a man. He was a moment, and he still lives on inside each and every one of us. He took Liam Payne out. True. Guru is a claim thief. What do you mean by that, Tim? Is Cleopatra supposed to be a baddie? Yes, Cleopatra was supposed to be a baddie. Yes. Khabib is in the fucks goats comp. Stop. Khabib retired way too early to be in the GOAT combo. He's in there. He never bled inside the octagon. He's 16-0 in the UFC. He beat Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor. He's in there. He's one half of the highest selling pay-per-view of all time. Khabib's in there. Now, how high up is he? That's up for debate. A lot of debate. Big Ben said he's fighting DJ Eden and Mark Hunter now. Big Ben said he's fighting for DJ Eden and he will beat Mark Hunt in honor of his favorite radio host. No way he loses now. Kenny got caught having... Okay. Notice Dougie dodged the Freemason question. I didn't dodge the Freemason question. I'm not a Freemason anymore. You guys know that. Fuck Chris, I knew he was good friends with DJ Eden, but now that he's dedicated the fights to him, you know that Mark is in a world of Hunt. Khabib can be a top 15, but he's firmly outside of the big six. Yeah, I don't mind putting Khabib in the GOAT conversation, but it's around 10 to 20. It's around 10 to 20. Read what I said, it was hilarious. Kenny got caught having gay sex in the VIP room, so Kenny got banished to the sex offender trailer park. There you go, Zesty Trickers. Guru claimed to be the first guy to make John Jones' gay claims when John was in a Reddit page a decade ago. Oh, there you go, Tim. There you go. Maybe Guru didn't know that John Jones was in a Reddit thread a decade ago. Send it to Guru. It might be more evidence. Dougie left the Freemasons to join the Church of Scientology. Based. Dougie, do Aussies like custard as much as the Brits do? I don't think so. Khabib being in the best of all time doesn't make sense. DJ is the GOAT. He has the most defenses. All right, you want to do this? We'll do this. Right. All right. I dread to do this. Should we do it? Should I bring up my chart, Nacho? Nacho, should I bring up my GOAT page? Should I bring up my top 50 GOATs of all time? Nacho, you're the mod. You know what happens once this conversation starts. Do I bring out the top 50? I think I'm going to bring out the top 50. But once we bring out the top 50, this is what it becomes. We're bringing out the top 50. Don't do it. Don't do it. Leave it. All right, we'll just leave it as a general chat. I want to see your top 15. Point at the chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it. Take it out. Whip it out. Whip out my top 15. Do it. Do you want to see me whip it out? Where is the top 15 strikers of all time? I'll show you my top 30 strikers my top 30 MMA fighters of all time. And this is going to be the end of the live stream. This is what the next hour is going to be. This is the top 30 MMA fighters of all time. Brace yourself, chat. Shit's about to get retarded. Don't do it because if Guru sees it, he'll know how retarded you are. Shut the fuck up, dude. If Guru sees it, he'll know how retarded you are. These are the top 30 fighters of all time, chat. This is an undeniable, undisputed list of the top 30 fighters of all time. Khabib is 19th, I think. Khabib's 19th. These are the top 30 fighters. In fact, this isn't undisputed, undeniable, because I think Anderson Silva is going up above John Jones. I think Anderson Silva. You know what? I'm also thinking that Anderson Silva goes up above GSP. Yeah. I'm legit dying at the clock. Why is the clock so funny? Where is Hendo? Read my message. Here we go. Clock's frozen. Is the clock frozen? Oh, shit. Sorry. Where's the clock? There you go. There's the clock. There you go. Alright, I've missed out on so many fucking chats. Where am I? Don't tell me about the frozen clock. The clock just wasn't on the... If the clock's not on the top of the screen... I didn't take off 15 minutes. The clock didn't turn off. Base Dougie, now that we edge it... I'm just going to skip over some chats. Wait, where am I at? Talk about yummy. No. I agree, but Islam is too high. I think Islam is too high. Read my messages, chart. I'm here. Amanda Nunes deserves to be in there. She's one of the GOATs. I think Guru found out how much of a tard Dougie was a while ago now. Oh, dude, Guru's first raid, I couldn't fucking read the stream. Izzy KO is crazy. I'm legit dying at the clock. That's alright. Chayla's at number 2. Is Chayla at number 2? Chayla's not at number 2. Nina Drama is cursed for all the fighters. True, Walex. Where is Hendo? Who was number 6? Based Andy. Jones is the GOAT of beating his wife. Very true. Anderson over GSP. I didn't touch the clock. The clock was at an hour. Yeah, time has moved on, Eric. That's what happens. What happened there? If the clock is not at the top of the... if the window isn't open, the clock is still ticking, but OBS isn't picking it up. How is Anthony Smith not in the top 5? Casual, of course. Anthony Smith needs to be in the top 5. Refund the clock. The clock didn't go anywhere. The clock hasn't moved. Buddy, the clock was at an hour. You can't do that. Whoever Nina interviews before the fight, the fighter loses. True. Switch Islam in DC. No WMA. Amanda Nunes deserves to be on your GOAT list. Amanda Nunes beat Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, and Chris fucking Cyborg. Amanda Nunes deserves to be on your GOAT list. Has to be. Islam is top 5 above Jose. Islam is top 5 above... Islam Makhachev is the longest reigning lightweight champion and got a win over the pound-for-pound number 1 ranked fighter in the world, Alexander Volkanovski, while being weight depleted because Australia gives you less rehydration time. Amanda Nunes got brutalized by Kat Zingano. Oh, it doesn't matter. What, you're going to take off every single... You want to play? You want to play the Anderson Silva got hurt by Chael Sonnen for an entire fight? You want to play that one fight? GSP is too high, beaten by Big Rod and Condit, fake legacy. Pena over Nunes. Pena does not go over Nunes. Where's Valentina Shevchenko? The only woman on the list is Amanda Nunes. Anyone have beauty behind... Anyone have some beauty behind their bushes? Alright, wax. Juliana Pena is obviously number 3. You literally just made a video on her today. That was a retard video. A retarded video for retarded people. Cody Garbrandt is a top 5, but only for 25. That one performance from Cody Garbrandt is goated. Amanda Nunes is special. Nunes ducked the Cyborg rematch. She didn't duck the Cyborg rematch. Cyborg tried to fuck around with Dana White and ate a big bowl of find out. Chris has 2 women on his GOAT list. Islam, there is a disgrace. He's not top 30. Islam is top 30. Islam is the longest reigning champion in the hardest division in the UFC and finished the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter, Alexander Volkanovski, as well as finishing Dustin Poirier, who might be the best fighter of all time to never win a belt. He's also got a submission over the greatest submission artist of all time, Charles Oliveira. Think about what I am telling you. Islam Makhachev, in the hardest division, racked up the most defenses over fucking Alexander Volkanovski while he was weight depleted because he didn't have his IV that he usually gets and the rehydration time that he usually gets, has a submission over the greatest submission artist we have ever seen, and then beat up Dustin Poirier, the best boxer in the UFC to never touch a belt. Islam Makhachev is fucking insane. And if he beats JDM, he's the GOAT. Islam Makhachev is one fight away from being the GOAT. How can you be one fight away from being the GOAT and not be in the top 5? If anything, Islam should be higher. If anything, Islam should be over Jones. That was the best video on the channel to date, and you're telling me it's a retarded video? That was a retarded video, made completely sarcastically. Yeah, I should note that video was a joke. Nunes ducked the Pena rematch. Nunes did. He's the longest reigning over a massive list of who gives a shit. He's a larger man than Volk. If you want to make it a list of who gives a shit, then you need to get rid of Anderson Silva and Mighty Mouse and GSP. Like, sometimes the facts and the UFC is full of who gives a shit fighters. Cap atheist. Dougie, if you actually break down Islam's reigns, it's so underwhelming. We spoke about this before. We did talk about this before. Eric was unironically his best video. Hey, Dougie doesn't even know what he's cooking. I'm not continuing to make videos like that. People are still stuck on the Usman fight, like Hamzat gas tank. He's not improved. People are still stuck on the Usman fight, like the Hamzat gas tank. He's not improved till that date. What do you mean, Prantham? What do you mean, Prantham? Show this to Dana. I'm sure he'll love it. Oh, Dana would flip out about this one. Australian copium. What's coping about this? What is coping about this? Islam is literally a 1-5 top win against a lightweight in his prime. So? Islam won't beat JDM. No, I don't think Islam will beat JDM. He's weight depleted, finding someone that weighs in far less than... Volk weighed in more than Islam Makhachev on the day. Capatheist. You're in Guru Streams. I recognize your name. You're in Guru Streams. Welcome, Capatheist. Thanks for watching the channel, man. I appreciate it. What was I just saying before I got sidetracked by your name? Oh! Volk weighed in more than Islam did on that fight day. Islam lost to Volk, fake legacy, drug cheat, IV, midget, ice bucket cheat. He's not the top. If you take out all of the people that did drugs on this list, you'd be removing Anderson Silva, you'd be removing John Jones, you'd be removing Islam Makhachev, you'd be removing Jose Aldo, you'd be removing DC, you'd be removing Conor McGregor, you'd be removing Kamaru Usman, you'd be removing Chuck Liddell, you'd be removing Tyron. Why is Tyron Woodley on this list? We gotta rework this list. You'd be removing so many fucking fighters. But Dustin is sick. Yeah, Dustin's amazing. Mate. Where am I at? Where the fuck am I at? UFC doesn't like Islam because he's Muslim. I don't think so. I don't think that's true. I think the UFC are fine with Islam, especially since they do 3 massive cards in the Muslim region every single year. Make Islam the GOAT so it looks better on Volk's resume. That's the way. Why are you obsessed with Islam becoming the GOAT? I'm not obsessed with it. Islam is going to become the GOAT. He is going to be the a GOAT. Now I'm confused. You know Manal 27. I don't know Manal 27. Do you have Conor above Khabib? I do have Conor above Khabib, not the AM, bro. Get rid of Anderson Silva. Yeah, Islam is mid. Take this blasphemy off the screen. Wait, so who asked the question that even brought this up the list in the first place? Did we answer his question? Someone asked, where's Khabib on the GOAT list? And I said he's just inside the top 20. And in fact, he's number 19th. Islam had a good run to bad short notice. That kind of affects it. No, the Volk fight is fucking amazing. The Charles Oliveira fight is fucking amazing. The Dustin Poirier fight is fucking amazing. He's got 1 loss in his entire run through lightweight. That's insane. That's insane to have 1 loss in your entire run through lightweight. No, he didn't. They only take the fight weights in California. Islam vs. Volk never happened in Cali. JDM is going to kill Islam, I reckon, Walix. Not the AM Chad. I know how weight classes work and actual weight too. Okay, Capatheist. Armin needs to break his back again so he'll fight for the title. I don't think they're going to give Armin a title shot. I agree. Removing Nunes, TRT. You have Woodley over Poirier. Yeah, that's retarded. I got to switch that one up. You're mixing up Islam versus Moicano with the Islam versus Volk fight about the fight night weights. I don't think I am. Dougie Anderson did not cheat with IV's ice buckets midget. I love how you bring in... I love how Tim brings up fucking... Hezbollah as somehow Islam is cheating because he's mates with Islam. Dougie, where are your... Shut up, dickhead. Chuck Liddell never popped or Woodley. What the fuck? Wipe it off. Let's go ahead and start over. Do we start it? Here we go. Do we do the thing? This has been a long time coming. This is not a question I am asking you lightly, chat. We have been doing this. The weight class comment sounded more aggressive than I meant. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. We have been arguing about resetting this list for maybe a year now. We have been talking about genocide the list. Do we Gaza strip the... I shouldn't say that. Do we... put Volk in and then never touch the list ever again, so that way Volk is at number 1. You're not talking about fighters who cheated on a championship fight, just fighters who have cheated on their careers, apples on oranges, in my opinion. I think cheating your way to get up to a championship fight certainly counts, Lane. Bro, today is IPL final, RCB versus Punjab. Walix, I mean this in the nicest way. No one cares about the Indian Cricket League finals on a WMMA chat, brother. I'm sorry. No one cares. We put Anderson at number 1 and then closed the screen. I would only make a few changes, not delete it all. Shyla, once this begins. This is why I asked the chat, do you want me to open that list up? The moment I bring that list up, this is what happens every single fucking time. This is what happens every single time. The two Islam fight versus Volk happened in Australia and Abu Dhabi. Neither of those countries take official fight night weights. The only place that does is California, which is Islam versus Moicano. Holocaust, the tier list, never happened. Ain't Frank C tier. Fuck cricket. Oh, the WMA chat? No WMA. 12 votes. How many people are in here? 24 people are in here. That's not enough. We'll do it on another day. We'll continue on with the UFC Olympics. We'll do it on another day. 12 votes out of 24 viewers is not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry. It's not enough. It's not a rigged election. It's not enough. Please, no more GOAT discussion. It's beyond boring at this point. Let's not forget the outside. They stole the election again. John is DQ'd from this combo, in my opinion. That's the only other placing I agree with. No, I completely agree with you. John Jones is too high up anyone's GOAT list. John Jones popped too many times. I agree. They stole the 2020 election. No, well, listen, Eric. We know there's going to be so many days in the future. Why are you gay?
You are gay.
We know there's going to be so many days in the future where we're going to need to get through an 8-hour stream. It's going to be boring as shit. We will be able to... We've been discussing the GOAT for like 3 weeks. I hate you for even polling. Yeah, it's going to... We'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. That's why I didn't want to bring it up. But that's enough. We'll go back to the UFC Olympics. Now, also, guys, I'm going to be turning off the meter. So if you want the chat to keep going, this is the official call to action. This is an official call to action. If you want to donate for more time on the meter, it is $1 for 2 minutes. I am turning the meter off. Once that little coin symbol once this coin symbol disappears, the meter is turned off. I'm going to be turning off the meter. Yeah, I agree. Let's DQ both John Jones and Islam. Too much cheating for both of them. Dougie, are you hyped for Canelo versus Terence Crawford? I know it's your favorite sport. I couldn't give a fuck. Macy versus Aaron was the best WMMA ever. Thank you, Eric, for the $2. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the $2. For the $1. Sorry, dude. For the $1. 35 minutes on the clock. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the $1. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. Where the fuck did I just put the clock? There it is. That's $1, Eric. It's $1. 99 cents. Thank you, Cheddarhead. 37 minutes on the clock. All right. Done. All right. I'm pulling the meter away. Imagine all the crazy ass Diddy Vince McMahon stories there must be about Dana. Oh my God, it would be horrible. What's up, Colby Covington's burner account? How are you, dude? What's good, man? All right, that's it. I'm turning the meter off. Done. We got 36 minutes on the clock, boys. Thank you so much for the donos. I really appreciate it. OTMO. Ooh. Oh, I don't know, mate. I think you just got scammed, OTMO. I think you just got scammed, mate. I think you just got scammed, OTMO. Doesn't that feel like OTMO just got scammed? I reckon he just got scammed, yeah? It feels like he just got scammed, didn't it? Dono came in for, I don't think it did, mate. I don't think he did. Your chat is delayed. I don't think it is. I think he just got Jude. I put the money on. I put the clock up. I just added it to it's 40 minutes on the clock now. I just added it. On your OTMO. Thank you very much, man. Let me get my floodlight, guys. We're streaming. Opens up donos again. We need more people in here. The tier list ain't valid. What do you mean, Super Gamer Predictions? What do you mean the tier list isn't valid? What do you mean? Stoppage time? Stoppage? What are you talking about? Wow, leaving after we paid for you to stream. I stood up and went behind the wicker basket. Calm the fuck down, dickheads. Calm the fuck down. Yeah. Oh my god. The meter's open. Close the meter. There we go. All right, moving on down. This is fighters who are taking steroids. This is what will happen to every pound-for-pound fighter in 2025. This is the best Brazilians of all time. This is the best cornermen ever. This is UFC Valhalla. These are the most overrated or underrated fighters. These are fighters that would pass Hell Week. This is the UFC pound-for-pound list today. This is right at the Apex. Here we go, the UFC Olympics. We're back. We're back at the UFC Olympics. Who is winning in 2025? We're up to UFC 315. That is what we are doing. 270k at most. What are you talking about, Colby Covington's burner phone? The fuck are you talking about, mate? But welcome to the stream. Don't ever touch the wicker basket again. Yeah, your GOAT tier list is putting Woodley as putting Tyron Woodley in the GOAT tier list was retarded. Super Gamer Predictions, I agree. How come I can't send hot dogs? Typical modern day discrimination against the white man. Exactly, Tim, that's what it is. Now we're talking tier list. Oh, dude, I got tier list for fucking days, Capatheist. I got tier list for fucking days, mate. We paid for 40 minutes. You're giving us 39 minutes and 47 seconds. Refund. Pass Hell Week? What the fuck was that tier list? That was when I did we did a long fucking stream, Eric. You went to bed. And I did an entire tier list after you went to bed. I think it was the first time I turned the meter on. And I had to go live for an extra hour or whatever. So I came up with UFC fighters that would pass Hell Week tier list. Doug, you won't even give a bonus minute to the war veterans? Fuck them. K-Dot says, Ank ducking, Jailton. Motherfucker got taken down by Paul Craig. He gets graped. K-Dot, what's with the fucking... What's with the typing? What's with the big ank like that? Jalton sub or TK? Yeah, Jalton Almeida destroys Magomed Ank alive. You don't want to know? I don't want to know. Colby Covington's burner. Oh, 240k. I get it. You know what? Colby Covington's burner. You know what, mate? I think I know what you're talking about. I think you're suggesting that it wasn't quite 6 million. Have you heard that prostitute that was strangled to death in the room next door to BJ Penn's hotel room the night before one of the fights? Absolutely insane story. I haven't, and now knowing that BJ Penn thinks there's demons running around the place, that is, scary. That's scary. That's scary to think about, mate. Typical sex check tier list. No. As in Navy SEAL Hell Week? Yes, as in Navy SEAL Hell Week. Sex tier list? No, not a sex tier list. Which one is the one with the ass? Why, that would be Brazil. Colby Covington's burner phone. Unless Paul Craig doesn't get herpes. You never know. You never know. Who would be caught at a Diddy Party tier list? That would be a good one. That would be a good one. What could have been the outcome if Brock did only MMA? Well, Brock didn't like getting hit in the face. So I don't think he would have done very well at heavyweight for a very long time if he had only done MMA. But maybe he would have gotten used to it, Prantham? Who knows, mate? Maybe he would have gotten used to it. Yeah, it's ugly. Damn near dementia. Yeah, it is ugly, isn't it? Yeah. Some crazy guy who had nothing to do with BJ Penn, but if you just Google BJ Penn prostitute hotel, it'll come up. Sounds like a fucked up story. Super shotgun, to be honest. My old phone got stolen. I'm stuck with the Samsung poo pone. Oh, all right. That makes sense, Kato. That makes a lot of sense. Not the Ambro. What's up? Told by David Cho. No doubt it'll be John Jones. So you do a US military related tier list when someone in the US military is not here? Yeah, because you would have been just raging out over it. Which UFC fighter does the best at BKFC tier list? Oh, that's a good one. Are you saying that you want to scrap this? Who is winning the UFC Olympic? We're so close to finishing it. We're up to UFC 315. Do you not want to see who's winning right now? Do you want to start a whole new tier list right now? Dang would not think that. Yeah, you would, Colby Covington's burner. Come on. Brock's training partners weren't allowed to hit him in the face. Yeah, he wouldn't have done very well. He would have to learn how to absorb punches to the face. It's more than 6 million, true. Why is Canada alone? Because it hasn't scored a single ranked win so far up until UFC 315. Maybe on this card it will, Ronalk. Maybe on this card it will. Frame rate is so poor, feels like I'm typing in slow motion. Oh. I've got full green bars upload speed, so I don't know what to do about that, K-Dot. Oh, it's your phone. It's your old shit phone. That does suck, mate. If John Jones bought eggs and egged a house, would that make him an... Okay, Colby Covington. Okay, mate. All right, just pull up, mate. I would help with the culture. The Navy is... Oh, we know. Not the Ambro agreed based on this sort of comment, which is what you're... All right, so we're pressing on with UFC 315. That seems to be the way that we're going. We're pressing on with UFC 315. What is 16? I'm realizing it's Brazil as I tell... Yeah, it's Brazil. It's obviously Brazil. Okay, UFC 315. Oh, no, the meter's back up. Close it. There we go. Is it Mackenzie Dern? It is Mackenzie Dern. Super Gamer predictions. You can recognize that curvature anywhere, can't you, mate? All right, Brad Katona versus Bazmat. Not ranked. Daniel Santos versus Young Long Lee. Not ranked. Barry Alt versus Bruno Silva. Was that ranked? Will Dana retire from his position? Yes, by the end of the year. Well, who knows now, Prantham? Who knows now? Because the TKO boxing thing is kind of dead on arrival now that Turkshay Ali has fucked up the negotiations so badly with Netflix. So, we'll see, mate. We'll see. And the UFC needs saving right now. So, yeah, we'll see. Things are up in the air now. Shit's changed. In the last couple of hours, a lot of shit has changed. Dougie, I'm scared of Figueiredo going on a brutal decline because of his age and weight class. It would be very bad for me as I'm a huge fan of Figgy. That's fair, Super Shotgun. That could happen. He could go on a brutal decline, yeah. Honest John says, good channel. Thank you, Honest John. I genuinely try. If you're a fan of Juliana Pena, check out today's video. If not, feel free to skip it. New video out tomorrow. MMA videos out every single day of the week. Was this a ranked fight? Marc-Andre Barrial. Yeah, the knee injury's bad, dude. In fact, if you go back and watch the live stream, I'm pretty sure I said his career's over the moment I saw that knee injury go. You can't have shit in LA. True, K-Dot. No, this was not a ranked fight. We move on. This was not a ranked fight. Colby, you need permission off Eric to make those kind of comments. Very true. I like how Dana wanted to go on a 7-country tour to promote the Canelo fight, and all we get is a press conference the week of the fight. I know, dude. And it's a malnourished press conference as well. Like, they can't even give us a press conference at the start of fight week in the city. They've got to give us the press conference right before they all cut weight, or during their weight cut. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Aslan, not ranked. Modestas Bacastas versus Ion Kutalaba, not ranked. Jasmine Desuda Vicious, no one cares. Mike Malott versus Charles Radke. Yeah, Radke. Say it again. Not ranked. Benoit St. Denis versus Kyle Prepelec. Was Benoit still in the rankings? It's so crazy that we're punching over our weights in sports population-wise. It is, Carpathiest. It is, man. It's fucking insane, dude. Finally, we'll get an exciting Fight Night card after Dana steps out. I hope so, Prantham. I truly hope so. But Dana White's not the matchmaker. Sean Shelby is. So why are things so shit? Did you give Paddy his points for the Chandler win? I don't think we've done the Paddy Chandler win yet. I don't think we've done that. We're working our way up UFC 315. We haven't done it yet. Yes, Eric. What's up? Dig. Nacho, Dana would do anything for Canelo, but for the UFC, he doesn't give a fuck. Very true. True. The Navy's gay. In Australia, they pour oils down your... Yep. Very true. Yeah, Minaz will retire it. Yeah, he might as well retire. He might as well retire at this point. Yes, he might as well, dude. What does he really do for the UFC anymore? What does he do? Let Hunter Campbell be the president of the UFC. Let Sean Shelby be the matchmaker. And when we have press conferences, let Chael Sonnen be the voice of the UFC, the press director, the press secretary. That should be Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen should be the promoter of the UFC, with the ship being steered by Hunter Campbell and the matchmaking being done by Sean Shelby. That is the direction we need to go in. Dana literally couldn't say Aspinall's name in his last announcement. His body literally started spazzing out. I know, dude. He got all like, he's the heavyweight. Is gonna the heavyweight. We got John Anik heading press conferences at times. Yeah, John Anik's better than the Aussie bloke they have at the post-fight presses. Oil, as in motor. Oh, I believe you, Tim. I believe you. Zero chance of winning the belt now will only be stepping. He will only be a stepping. Zero chance of winning the belt now will only be a stepping stone. BSD? Colby Covington? Is that what you're talking about? Paddington versus Chandler was at UFC 314. Ooh, then I'm sure we did it. Yes, we did. That's what raised up England over the rank. Yes, we did. That's what got England the extra point and raised them. I remember moving them. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. I remember now. It's coming back to me now. Yep. I don't know, but boxing looks boring to watch. Yeah, boxing is boring to watch. That's the problem. Boxing's shit to watch. MMA's fun to watch. That's why boxing needs better promotion, and MMA gets away with having shit promotion, because even when you strip back all the promotion, MMA on its own is still just fun. Whereas boxing's dog shit. I agree, boxing is boring, and the owner too. Yep. John Jones versus we will make... Yeah, that's what he said. John Jones versus... we'll make the fight. We'll make the heavyweight fight. I'm making pancakes at 2:30 in the morning. No one will stop me. Well, Cheddarhead, you're a grown-ass man, and you pay the fucking bills in that house. And if you pay the fucking bills in that house, you cook the pancakes whenever the fuck you want, Cheddarhead. You're the boss, Cheddarhead. You're the man. Shotgun, you were here raging about the scoring requirement. Yes. Seeing Figgy getting beat up due to old age will make me sad. You're going to see it, dude. 35 years old with his kneecaps torn apart. Yeah, you're going to see it, dude. Was this a ranked fight? Benoit Saint Denis versus Kyle Prepelec. Did Benoit Saint Denis still have his... They're doing it again, chat! They're doing it again! Boxing is basically corrupted. So is the UFC, though. Super Productions. So is the UFC. It was true, I was raging. Yep, 12 rounds, that's too much. It is way too much. You just fucking said that the map's such a shit with Sean Shelby in charge of them, and you still act like it somehow get better. If Dana completely leaves the UFC, you can't make this shit up. That's a good point, Larry. That's a good point. I mean, Sean Shelby has been in charge of the matchmaking for such a long time. I feel like the problem has to come from the top down, which is Dana White not being that involved. But maybe it is because Hunter Campbell's in charge now, and Hunter Campbell's doing more of the deal making, and Hunter Campbell's art of the deal is to just promise everyone that comes across his desk a title shot. So yeah, maybe the problem goes back even further towards Hunter Campbell, Larry. Shotgun, we just watched the first of many. Yep. Blue cheese pancakes, disgusting. He's 38. That's horrible. That's horrible for Figueiredo in the future. Think his performance against Sandhagen was embarrassing? Yeah, it was. He looked like he didn't know how to MMA. It was. I'm pretty sure someone BSD was still ranked. Yeah, I just saw it before the fight crashed. He was still ranked. I got to double check it. Damn, your head's cooked now. We're coming off a knee injury. Damn, yeah, he's cooked now. He's coming off a knee injury. Or whatever it was. Yeah, his kneecap blew apart. Everything inside of his kneecap blew apart. Shotgun, it's okay, dude. MMA Guru crashed out when Vicente got TKO'd by Buckley. Yeah. Guru also coped his entire way through the Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje fight. Guru coped the entire way through it. Truly glorious stuff. Glorious and hilarious stuff. If Usman's knees are so fucked, then how the fuck does he fight and he can't walk down steps? Well, Prantham, That's why he doesn't wrestle anymore. You notice all the way up until his title run, he was a wrestler, and then somewhere during his title run, he started sitting behind his jab. He literally had to learn how to strike while being a champion because his knees gave way while he was learning how to strike. I miss the live pub viewings. Watched most of Silver's leg snap at a packed Brisbane Lions Cup. Yeah, I do miss watching it live at a pub sometimes, Capatheist. Especially like when I was going to pubs to watch them, I was going to like not small town, but like local suburban pubs. And the only guys in those local suburban pubs at midday on a Sunday were really hardcore MMA fans that just all happened to be a bunch of Maoris. And it was a fucking vibe, dude. I really do miss it. Prantham must be Ardeline. No, Prantham's not Ardeline. No. And he's not Indian either. He really wants you guys to know that. Sean Shelby hasn't done the matchmaking for that long. Dougie doesn't even know about Joe. So wasn't it the group of matchmakers? It was Sean Shelby, Joe Silva, and Dana White. They were the three matchmakers. Like, they were the group that were getting it done. Jesus in the first for mine, but it's fish multiplication. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure he was 14th. Yeah, well, I'm going to check. Let's not forget, he raged when Marab fought Jan, and let's not forget that he raged when Marab fought Piotr Jan. Let's not forget he raged when Marab fought Jan. I don't blame him. Oh, yeah, that was an epic. Yeah, the Guru crash out, that was epic. Epic. Marty said he has to walk downstairs backwards. His knees cannot be that messed up. Motherfuckers like a Rampart level knee. They're bad, man. We know they're bad because you can't tell me my ears didn't hear what I heard. I know Justin Gaethje said, was it your knees? When him and Usman were doing that pre-roll open mat sesh before the Khamzat Chimaev fight. I know. They stopped that sesh. Usman tapped. Gaethje said, is it your knees? Usman nodded, and then they ended up the sesh. It is what it is, mate. Yeah, it was the best. They are the best, yeah. Buckley is gonna smoke Usman. He is super gamer, yep. Joe Silva was a nasty little pick, apparently. Nasty little prick. I could believe that. I mean, Hunter Campbell should be. Hunter Campbell's negotiating style is just fight this fight, and I'll give you a title shot no matter what. It was just Joe Silva back in the day. Okay, thanks, Tim. Marab shot 49 takedowns versus Jan. That fight, Jan legit stuffed 30 of them. Crazy performance I've ever seen in my life. You know what I loved about that fight? Colby Covington's burner account. Again, someone else I noticed from the Guru streams. Welcome, g'day. That it was at a small hotel venue. It was like the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas. But the crowd, I don't know if you guys remember this. The crowd was like 2,000 people. There was fuck all people in the event. I loved that crowd. I loved that event. I honestly think they should do events like that instead of the Apex. Like, just have small, intimate crowds where there's enough crowd there to generate some hype, but it still feels nice and cozy and like the fighters walk out through the crowd. I thought that was a fucking awesome event, the way that it went down. I am Indian, bro, but I'm just not biased. All right, fair enough. Typing. Boost. Yeah, his knee popped. Yeah, I heard his knee pop. I heard it, but I know it popped. I still think Jesus gets it done in the first round. Jesus always gets it done in the first round. Jesus never tapped. Hunter Campbell, give me Patrick Bateman vibes. There is a bit of that going on. A bit of grapeness. His pretty good performance versus Khamzat, all things considered. Yeah, dude, that's... I say, like, Kamaru Usman's last 3 losses are super underrated losses. Like, he was beating Leon Edwards until the head kick. Leon Edwards had to cheat a lot to get that win in the third fight. And then he took Khamzat Chimaev, 11 days notice, off the couch. 1 weight class up and took Khamzat Chimaev to a draw. Yeah. I wish Usman didn't spend the last year sitting out. I wish Usman didn't spend the last year sitting out. Fuck, I wish he didn't spend the last year sitting out. It would be a second round technically. He got up after the third day. It would be a second round technically. He got up after the third day. Sure, that's true. He tapped out of being dead. Did you know Joe Silva was just a hardcore MMA fan and would email the UFC suggestions on how to improve the matchmaking? They offered him a job. That's how he got the job in the first place. I did not know that, Super Shotgun. That's the kind of energy the UFC needs these days. Instead of the corporate fucking buttlickers they have now. The MMA fan base, like Bedtime MMA, literally does the matchmaking for them. You know, like, MMA YouTube does all of this. A lot of MMA YouTube, apart from, like, you know, MMA Holes and MMA Experts and Bedtime and Tracy, like, all the smaller channels essentially do this for free, for very, very little. Like, there's time to profit is almost zero. And they're giving you content that fans want and is being rated by other fans. You know, you can see it in the comments section how much fans agree with it. My knees are cooked, but when I'm training, the adrenaline I need gets the job done, overriding everything. But that's once I'm done, my knees go back to being old man knees. Now, Eric, when you're training for what? Some men train not to get molested. Some men train to do the molesting. Don Davis looks like he hasn't showered. Maybe that's why the PFL can't sell tickets. Yeah, Don Davis has no fucking idea what he's doing. He should be nowhere near an MMA promotion. He's lost $500 million and he's had the entire B roster given to him for free. Don Davis is a fucking embarrassment. Back when the UFC was a family company, like the Solo's billion-dollar company it is now. Yeah, I agree, Shotgun. How many nights a week do you drink? Sometimes on a Thursday, sometimes on a Friday, every Saturday, and every Sunday. I don't think Usman isn't washed in his last three. Who knows what? Yeah, his last 3 fights are really good. Really fucking good. Really good fights. Leon is more boring to watch than Bilal, I swear. I agree, Prantham. I wish he had moved to middleweight. Me too, Eric. Alexa Grasso's feet, the greatest things in existence? No, Yog, but your persistence certainly is. Maybe if Usman loses, he'll be back on the Pound for Pound podcast with Henry, the loser club, as its finest. I mean, him not fighting for a year has given us, the creators, great fucking content because he just spouts shit. He just spouts absolute shit. I think he'll have some success early in the Buckley fight, but Buckley is going to land something that changes the fight, I think. I don't know if Usman is going to be able to keep up the pace that Buckley is going to be able to keep up. And the strength. Like, Buckley has got that young man working knee strength. Usman doesn't have that anymore, Colby. Usman being washed, you can't compare him to top fighters now because everyone he beat aren't top fighters anymore. Usman being washed, you can't compare him to top fighters now because everyone that he beat aren't top fighters anymore. Yeah, that's why he's got to get back in there, defend your spot. Like Gaethje taking on Fiziev. Gaethje defends his spot, Dustin Poirier taking on BSD. Dustin defends his spot. You got to defend your spot. Yog, no, you're fair. Yeah, the persistence from Yog is just beautiful. What's up, Daniel? How are you, brother? MMA training or out in the field? Yeah, MMA training. Yeah, you being out in the field, mate. I know what you are out in the field, Eric. You bloody racist. The sport passes by. That doesn't mean his wins weren't good. His performances versus Hamzat on short notice, a weight class up, proves that he's still good. Yeah, he doesn't get enough respect for that. He doesn't get enough respect for taking Hamzat Chimaev to a draw the day after blowing his knees out against Justin Gaethje, Colby Covington's burner. That's the other thing today. It was 11 days notice, a weight class up. We all heard his knees blow out and Gaethje say, "Is it your knees?" And then the next day, he takes Hamzat Chimaev to a fucking draw. It's incredible. It is incredible. Hunter is the biggest reason of the decline in the merit-based matchmaking. He's purely a businessman and he's there and try and boost profits, zero passion for the sport. I can agree with that one, Larry. And notice how Don Davis doesn't know how to fucking run an MMA organization. And Hunter Campbell, who seems to be in charge of the UFC for the last year, 2 years, the UFC's decline has been very obvious. Businessmen do not know how to run an MMA organization. An MMA organization needs to be run by people who understand MMA to turn a profit and hand those profits over to business people. Yes, Alexa Grasso's feet are the best thing that I've seen. So many Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday then, and sometimes on a Wednesday. So every Thursday, Friday. No, not every Thursday, Friday. Like, I didn't drink this Thursday and Friday. And no, I don't drink on Wednesdays. Nope. Just towards the end of the week. And it depends on how much work I've got on towards the end of the week. Like, if I've got work on a Saturday during the day, or if I've got errands to run, if I've got shit to do on Saturday, I won't drink on Friday. That all just depends. Usman's chest looks a bit feminine. He's just old, mate. He's just old. I agree. Don Davis giving away good talent like that. That's why people like Kayla and Pupil are in the UFC. Yeah, imagine you get given Bellator for free, which is essentially what happened. You got given Bellator. RIP Ladbrokes account. You lived well beyond your months. Hey, fellas. What's up, Paul? All the guys running the UFC aren't fight people now. It's all corporate suits like Ariel Helwani, Ariel Emanuel, Hunter Campbell, etc. That's reflected in the sorry, soulless state of the sport. It is, dude. And it's essentially ever since the TKO group bought the UFC, it's become insanely obvious what's happening. I genuinely assumed Usman was retired. I'm only just coming back to paying attention to the sport. Well, Capatheist, you wouldn't be wrong for assuming he was retired. He sat out for a year. I think Usman will be washed when we see him next, just like Gilbert, who had a comparable fight with Hamzat, then only lost to Bilal and JDM. He took a beating and we saw him against Morales. Usman had 3 good losses, but with the time off and the injuries, it might be over for him. Eric, that's exactly what I think it is. I think it's just you were a step behind a year ago, and now it's a year later with no activity. think it's done. I think Usman's going to look washed. Don't be surprised if Usman finishes Buckley. People forget, man. I think you're looking at it through rose-colored glasses, Nacho. I think time has moved past Usman. It's like Burns versus Humshot. Everyone glazed Burns because he went to a decision with him, and look at him now. I agree, OTMO. I think it's going to be noticeable the year off. Paul, we all decided both John and Islam are disqualified from the GOAT list because of the rampant cheating. We did not decide that, Tim. Again, like Gilbert facing a younger guy with all the hype and energy behind him, the age will catch up. Yeah, the age catches up to all of them, dude. Eric, you should look up knees over toes guy and follow his routine. Completely changed the game for me. My knees are literally in far better shape now than they were before I tore my ACL. There you go, Eric. Bit of help from the chat. That was like 4 years ago. Yeah, it was a long... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that Usman is 3 years... It's a while ago now. Shotgun. How was the UFC before they partnered with ESPN? It was better. That was my era when I got into this. I got into the sport when Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo. It was better. I've always wondered how much the Fertitas did for matchmaking. They always got thanked by the fighters. Well, maybe they did a little bit with the purses, and they did a little bit with the... Because the Fertitas were the money men. The Fertitas were the money men. Or was the Lorenzo brothers were the money men? Lorenzo was the money guy. I think the Fertitas were the money men as well. I don't know. Nacho, help me out with this one. UFC is the last aspect of life declining. It is, Honest John. True. Who is the most perfect body in the UFC? I don't know Prantham. I don't look at their bodies that closely, mate. They're men. Burns took damage afterwards. Usman hasn't taken damage since then. But it's different. He's 38 now. All good performances considering how washed up people are. Like you claimed he was. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I just don't think you can be 38 years old, a year off, bad knees, coming in against Buckley. It's not a good look. Like you, Colby. Like, Colby, you're getting old. You need the activity. You got to get in. You got to get active again. You got to get the body moving. You got to get on a run. Like, Colby, you can't fight once a year getting older and older and older. Your peak performance, Colby, was 7 years ago, 6 years ago, in the second Usman fight. You know, when you're fighting up the rankings, you're fighting every 6 months, every 9 months. Then you get this ranking spot. You fight for a title and you fight once every 18 months. It's not enough, dude. It's not enough. What's up, Eric? Apparently WWE fans are also sick of the way they're running the WWE for similar reasons. This TKO group is cancer. Interesting. I didn't know it was the same thing on the other side of the aisle. Very interesting, man. If Buckley beats Usman, no doubt he's next and not Ian the Cuck. Yeah, then Ian's got too many losses. Like, Buckley's got wins. Brady's got wins. These two are the ones. Shavkat as well. Like, these guys are the ones at the top of the division right now. Someone has to support Marty Fake Newsman, and I will be the one. You are the refugee, Nacho. You're the one for the refugee fan base. The Juliana Peñas, the Ben Rothwells, the Brian, who was the other ones? You know who I'm talking about, mate. Hey, Tim, Nacho, time to get together and kidnap Doug. Never gonna happen. Bro wants a title shot with a win over number 13. Carlos, while Buckley deserves more credit. Yeah, and it's also the UFC. Like, how many fans do you generate? Like, Buckley is dropping his own promos. Buckley is doing interviews with MMA Guru. Like, Buckley is building a fan base. The Fertitas with the money guys. Thank you. Frank and Lorenzo Fertitta, the Fertitta guys. There you go. Thank you. Frank and Lorenzo Fertitta. Yep. Larry, I watched some of his stuff and I do trust the guy has seen people recover, but when I started his routine with the knees and toes, I literally couldn't have a light blanket on my knees without the pain. Oh, damn, dude. That sucks. The Fertitas with the money too, but I think they did a bit more behind the scenes. The Fertitta brothers, Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta. Thank you. We disqualified John and put Islam forward and no one disagreed. Islam has cheated in more ways than anyone else. John has cheated the most out of anyone, Tim. I think I pushed the routine way too quickly, but man, I was in so much pain going on flight of stairs. Yep. The Fertitas with the trust fund kids. Yeah, they were his rich friends from back in school, right? Bro wants a title shot. We did that one. They were his childhood friends of Dana and formed Zuffa with him, and they brought the UFC. Okay, Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta had the money, but were also fight fans. Dana was their friend from school and convinced them to buy the UFC. There we go. I 100% blame myself. I just think I went too hard with the program. Yeah. Never do anything 100% when you're starting out, Eric. You know that. I agree. I used to be a Colby fan, but after the George fight, I just started hating him. Yeah, because the stick's over. You know, after the Jorge Masvidal fight, the shtick is over. It's time to just be Colby Covington. Yeah, he's cooked. Probably, I don't think he's bad. Just shows how Buckley is. If he was washed, cum slut would have ran through him. But again, dude, maybe he was close to cooked, but again, it's been a year. Like, that's why I say his last 3 losses were admirable. They were great losses. But, you know, that was over a year ago now. It was over a year ago. Islam disqualified with John. They weren't disqualified. You know about the history of the Fertitta and Mafia? I get the story confused when I'm punching through chat. The name's confused, but I have heard the Mafia stories. When you called him the Lorenzo Brizzo, I wanted to kill I know, dude. You know what, Nacho? It was one of those ones where I was like, I was filming the video, doing my thing, getting my shit out, and I knew that what I was saying was wrong, but I didn't want to stop my flow of thought, so I was like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll just keep going on. I bet that was hard for you. I really wanted to see Prime Usman versus Prime Islam. I really wanted to see Prime Usman versus Prime Islam. Prime Usman versus Prime Islam Makhachev, huh? That's a good fight. That's a really good fight. Prime Usman versus Prime Islam Makhachev. I think Usman wins that fight. Vegas, the entire city was built on mafia money, and the Fertitta's family had a big fucking role in it. I don't deny that at all. Eric's just relaxed on the program. Yeah, I bet it was. What if we locked 2 fighters in a cage with limited rules and let them use different fighting styles? That would be super interesting. You know what, Eric? And what if we always had it so just the best fighter fought the best fighter? Eric, that's very interesting. I haven't heard anyone else say that. I wonder if your form was really on point. You were just trying to do too much too soon. You should just try doing nothing but a bit of cool. You know what's very disrespectful? Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson on Netflix, willing to stream it. That's capitalism, baby. If Mike Tyson's willing to take the $100 million and get his ass out on Netflix, that's the game. You know what's really retarded, Super Gamer Productions? What's really retarded is all the old boxing heads who were picking Mike Tyson to destroy Jake Paul. I thought that was fucking hilarious. The amount of glaze that Mike Tyson was getting about how the old head just understands the game more. It's like listening to Nacho talk about fucking UFC back in the tap-out era. I was pissing myself laughing at that. Larry, refund Eric's knees. Dougie, John, drugs, eye pokes, Islam, drugs, eye pokes, ice bucket, midget. What has the midget got to do with anything? What has the midget got to do with anything? Why does Hezbollah affect Islam cheating? I draw the line between that. By the way, Zuffa means fight in Italian, and that's how they came up with the name of the capital. I didn't know that. Super shotgun, thank you. I picked Mike Tyson. Why Super? I guess you're just an old boxing fan, eh? You're just an old boxing fan. Islam doesn't eye poke people. Moicano weighed in heavier than him. His drug suspension was overturned. Hezbollah is based. Everything you said is right. I know, Tim just hates the Dagestanis. Thank you, not the AM bro, for the $5, dude. I really fucking appreciate it, man. Thank you. And that's a hell of a sticker, dude. Noob game player. That's it. Thank you, dude. Welcome back to the channel, man. We missed you around here. I kept saying how much I missed you. Thank you for the $5, not the AM, bro. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dude. I picked Mike Tyson, Tim Islam. I stopped watching it halfway too boring. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. I was gaming and just had it open on my phone. I wasn't locked in on it, but it went the way that I thought it was going to go. And that's not saying like I'm like, you ask the chat, Super Gamer. I'm not some sick fight picker, you know? Like, I don't have the best picks in the world, but I was pretty certain about the way that one was going to go. I've had this pain for years, nobody being able to help me, being desperate for some pain relief. I had the program gave me, but yeah, I rushed it in desperation for some sort of... Yeah, Eric, take it slow, dude. Refund my knees? Never. John is the biggest drug cheat. Islam is the biggest cheat all around. No, John is also the biggest cheat, as well as the biggest drug cheat. Like, everyone knows that John Jones is going to poke you in the eyes, Tim. Like, John Jones is... across the board, any way you look at it, the worst cheater in all of MMA. Picking Tyson was as dumb as picking McGregor over Mayweather. I made so much fucking money betting on Mayweather. I bet you did. I was born a month before Mike Tyson's last fight in 2005. No shit. Super gamer. I guess you just got sucked into the hype, dude. It happens. It happens, man. It happens. I can't kneel at church without being in pain. That's because you have sinned, Derek. That's from the Lord, not the Ambro. He's back. We love him. O'Malley said I lost the match because of too much lighting in the arena. Yeah. To be fair, Tim Welch said that, not O'Malley, Prantham. To be fair, that was his coach, right? Yeah. He wasn't here for the rules at the time. Not adding the time, no. Jake Paul is truly shameless, though. Fighting a 60-year-old dude is like Joffrey. Is he? Is he Super Shotgun? If you got offered $100 million to beat up a 60-year-old on Netflix, sanctioned, who would say no to that? Really? Who among you, in you disgusting, degenerate MMA live chat, would turn down $100 million to beat up a 60-year-old man sanctioned on Netflix? And he's not helpless. I mean, he's helpless, but he's Mike fucking Tyson, you know? Islam also popped. Islam also popped. W for boob. W for boob. Eric has a point. No, I've explained the rules several times. I mean, you got to admit, he did still look like a savage in training. I know, but remember, I brought that up, Larry. I brought up the fact that everyone looks like a savage in the gym. At the time, no, it was so painful watching all the old heads pick Tyson and wanting them to be right, knowing they were so wrong. Time is real. Time is a real thing. When Mike Tyson was like, what is age? We make up age. Time isn't real. We make up age. Mike, people drop dead from being old. It's a real thing. What game was he playing? I have no idea. He just did a little game controller that said noob. We love it. I need my knees to... All right, Eric. Do you think USADA need to have more or less involvement in the UFC? Shayla, right now, USADA have no involvement in the UFC. The UFC does all their drug testing in-house. And I don't think there should be any restrictions on the fighters to use steroids. They should all be allowed to juice up as much as possible. Look at the fucking heavyweight division now, and look at the heavyweight division in 2005. Steroids, Shyla. Lots of steroids. Pumped into the asses of the athletes every month. John is the most privileged fighter of all time. He is. John Jones does absolutely anything he can do to win. He can. Truly a master of the art of war. Thoughts on Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight for a world title at 46? Retarded. Fucking retarded. What contenders has Manny Pacquiao fought? Actually, Mike Tyson was the reason I liked combat sports. No, I mean, that's fair, dude. That's like Mike Tyson is the reason a lot of people got into combat sports. He's one of the fucking goats of all of it. All of combat sports. Mike Tyson, Alex Pereira, Bruce Lee. These are the goats of combat sports. But no, Mike Tyson is one of the goats, like, of combat sports altogether. Yeah. I think fans were just clutching to that. Time is a real thing. I offer this to you because donate. Yes, he is. Oh, he's a cunt for fighting a 60-year-old? I don't reckon he is. I'm sure John views it all as part of the rules of engagement. Yeah, John is like what Corey Sandhagen dreams he was. John is the art of war. Like, he will eye gouge. He will cheat. He will steroid abuse. He will make you sit out for a year. John will bend the rules of reality to his will. And he's unapologetic about it. Jake Paul is Jewish, by the way. Not surprised. I would fight a 60-year-old Mike. I would fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. I wouldn't fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. He has my respect. Fair enough. Isn't Islam's pop hot? Some questions. No, it isn't. You explain the rules while not the Ambro is not here. I don't care. I'll explain the rules at the start of every stream then. The meter is not open. The clock is not going up. Everyone looks like a savage in carefully doctored social media videos of the last 5 seconds. Exactly. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left of the stream, boys. I'll give you that. John recently popped 4 midget with that Hezbollah footage. John's drugs, eye pokes, Islam, drugs, eye pokes, ice bucket weight. What do you mean by ice bucket weight, Tim? Mike literally had to be evacuated off a plane because he was too frail to fly and fight because he was too frail to fly, and then he fought Jake Paul a few months later. Yes, this is true, Super Shotgun. But is he not still a grown adult male that is free to make his own decisions? Evander Holyfield got KO'd by Vitor Belfort, likely a TRT Vitor. Yeah, I mean, didn't Bisping lose his eye to TRT Vitor Belfort? I'm pretty sure it was the TRT Vitor Belfort head kick is the reason that Bisping is missing an eye. No, I agree, dude. I agree. If we let the WWMMA girls grow little peens, it might just start to get interesting. I mean, it can't fucking hurt at this point. Islam also used an IV versus Islam in the first fight. Yeah, Islam cheats. Islam does cheat. So when did USADA stop random testing? About 12 months ago, Shyla. About 12 months ago, they ducked out of the contract, and the UFC brought in their own... They brought in a third-party team to drug test the fighters, and then the third-party team passes on the findings to the UFC, and then the UFC makes a decision on what's meant to happen, and this is why athletes have all of a sudden stopped popping for steroids. He also has threesomes with his cousin and a sheep. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Islam Makhachev. All the Z's let the can out of the bag of Islam using the IV. Yes, that is true. Yep. If Ilya gets caught in a submission and taps, very possible. He's going in there with the greatest submission artist of all time. I'll be fine with open steroids or not policy. Then just let know who the real champ is. Yeah, I mean, they do it in that Craig Jones Jiu-Jitsu. Just let him juice up. Who are you picking in the Batista versus Pachi? I'm picking Mario Batista. I see the meter open. No, that's not the meter. This is the meter. If that symbol is on, then I'm taking donations for minutes. If that symbol is not open, it doesn't count. I had no idea Islam was suspect of cheating. I feel so vindicated in my... I had no idea Islam was so suspect of cheating. I feel so vindicated in my hating. Yeah, he... was accused of using an IV drip behind the scenes in Australia. And then his manager went, it doesn't matter if he used an IV or not. They're allowed to be used, essentially being like, I use them. And his whole team popped for some drug. I can't remember the name of the drug. Starts with an M. And their excuse was, well, the whole team had prescriptions for it. It was for some specific... Meldonium. For some specific sickness that the entire team had at the same time. Very weird. Meldonium. Yeah, Meldonium. Not my fault you can't see it. Yep. Great stream. See you next time. See you, Shyla. Pisses me off John Jones gets special treatment by the UFC. Yes, it pisses all of us off, mate. There's 100,000 signatures to strip him. That's it, boys. That's the end of the stream. I appreciate you all so much. Banger. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the donations, guys. I really appreciate it. The donations per minute seems to be a good system. Seems to be a really cool system. So thank you, Eric, for coming up with that system. I appreciate it. Shout out to the MMA Guru for the massive dono. And shout out to all of you for the donos. Shout out to Cheddarhead for the dono. Shout out to Nacho for the dono. Shout out to Eric for the donos. Shout out for Tim for the memberships. Shout out to OTM Chino for the memberships as well. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get our cut. Yeah, of course, mate. This is your cut. The entertainment is the cut. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. New video tomorrow. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a good one. I'll see you in tomorrow's stream. Good night.